Foundation, giving teachers an opportunity to choose the materials they need for the school year. Kelly Limo, a teacher at Burbank Elementary School, tells WTMJ.
I'm a first-year teacher, so I'm just starting out. I kind of have no basics yet, so I need to get to it. But this box is a very substantial box, so I'm excited to look through it. You need certain resources in order to learn.
First day of school for MPS is next Tuesday. Sports, traffic, and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:04.
I'm Jim Croft. I'm not a politician. I'm a husband, dad, numbers guy, and a small businessman. I'm a regular guy with 2 jobs, and neither one is funded by taxpayers.
I met my wife Marina while I was studying abroad in Mexico. One dance, and that was it. We came back here to Milwaukee and opened our dance studio. I'm running for state senate.
Because between groceries, housing, and healthcare, 2 jobs barely fills the fridge for working families these days. Send me to Madison, and I'll work to lower the cost of living and make healthcare more transparent.
And I'll cut your property taxes, make life more affordable for southeastern Wisconsin families, and to make sure that our kids have the same opportunities that we did.
My one job will be to make sure that your one job is enough to support your family again.
I'm Jim Croft, and I have a message for the Madison politicians that got us into this mess. No quieren bailar conmigo. You don't want to dance with me. Paid for by Jim Croft for Wisconsin.
Labor Day celebrates fair wages, reasonable hours, and big savings on beauty rest at Hassellus Mattress. Through Labor Day, Hassellus will give you $200 off and a $100 rewards cash card, plus free next day delivery and removal of your old mattress, plus a free adjustable base with the purchase of any Beauty Rest world-class mattress. Save big on beauty rest now through Labor Day at Hassellus Mattress. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at hassellus.com.
From my family and myself, I would like to say thank you to Gruber Law Offices for taking such good care of us.
I would say thank you because you were so human and so much of a friend during the whole process.
I'm super grateful for them representing me and doing all that they did for me.
I would just say thank you for making me feel better.
That's why I'm here, to say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. The Packers host the Arizona Cardinals this week for joint practices in advance of Friday's preseason finale at Lambeau. The Cardinals are led by first-year head coach Mike LaFleur, Matt's brother.
Yeah, he is quick to criticize everything that I put on the schedule. So he's like, why are we doing this? Why are we doing that? We never do this. And I was like, all right, Mike, you got all the answers. So no, it's been healthy. It's been good. So there's been give and take on both sides for sure.
The Packers must trim the roster to 53 by August 30th. And the Brewers enjoy a day off after taking 2 of 3 against the first-place Braves. Milwaukee begins the day with a 6-game lead over the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. The Brewers begin a 3-game series against the Mets tomorrow. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. It's looking a bit messy right around the stadium interchange. We have 2 lanes blocked on 175 North at Blue Mound Road and Wisconsin Avenue. That's the 2 right lanes. And delays on 94 westbound around there from 35th just past American Family Field. Eastbound we have delays between, looks like State Fair Park and not quite Hawley. Otherwise, the rest of the system's looking mostly normal speeds. And taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast, mostly clear skies tonight, a low of 58. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow with a slight chance for showers and storms at night, a high of 80. Wednesday, partly cloudy and warm. There's a slight chance for thunderstorms, a high of 86. Thursday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 81. Friday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 77. Right now in Madison, it's 74 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 74. In Waukesha, it's 72. And in Milwaukee, it's 71 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. A deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Thank you for starting your week with me here on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. If you've had a Monday, then this is the place to be, because this is a super-sized episode stacked with some great reasons to get out, enjoy Wisconsin before the entire summer slips away. We are getting into the last full week of August. There's still so much fun, and September is not going to be a slacker of a month, but still feels like summer, even with the cooler weather. And tonight on What's on Tap, we're going to celebrate a few different things. A Milwaukee company that has been building our communities for 60 years and is particularly fond of pickleball. We'll be celebrating with them in just a couple of minutes. We also catch up with local portrait painter Deb Merritt. She's going to give us an update on her creative journey, and Deb can share tips from her day job at the Milwaukee County Federated Library System. Get in on their free online learning resources. The song you need to hear, Cloud Surfing. Doesn't that sound like a nice outdoorsy? Well, it's Maxx and actor and proud dad Gary Sinise. It's his son, and Gary's coming to Milwaukee to bring the world premiere of Graceful Warrior concerts full of Maxx compositions. That'll be at Milwaukee's Skylight Music Theater this weekend. So Cloud Surfing will be the song you need to hear. I think you'll like it. And in our second hour, get a preview of the striking new public art in Wauwatosa called Sacred Rhythm Mother. And we're going to find out what's up at Wildflowers on the Water. Music, nature, community, even goat yoga all come together at Lakeshore State Park on Sunday. And we have a bonus hour. Just after 8, Milwaukee Film Artistic Director Kara Ogburn is going to join me with a preview of this year's Milwaukee Film Dialogues Documentary Festival, which returns next month. It's the 4th annual. And enjoy hearing what you can bid on at one of Hollywood's biggest movie memorabilia auctions. There's some spectacular stuff. It's always one of those like, oh, if I won the lottery, what would I do? I might shop at one of these Hollywood auctions. But there's some fun trinkets from some of your favorite movies that are on auction. I'll share some of those highlights with you and celebrate 25 years of Santiago Calatrava's iconic Quadracci Pavilion at the Milwaukee Art Museum. And the Safe House turns 60. We have a lot to celebrate. So 3 hours of fun, some fascinating people, and some inspiring stories. And on Mondays, you know what I like to do. I like to find out what you did. What is a highlight of your weekend? The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620, 855-616-1620. I always like to say it can be a small win or a big win. Or, you know, hey, I finally got the yard weeded, and then I sat back in my patio and enjoyed a cold beverage. That's a weekend highlight to me. So, and I also like to say, and it's true, I can't clone myself, so I can't be everywhere all at once. So I can't go up north and then also hang out on the city lakefront. So tell me what you did. What was a highlight? 855-616-1620. For me, Saturday, plus we just had gorgeous weather this weekend, but Saturday was a good day for me. I went to the afternoon Cheaterama, the car show, the vintage car show in South Milwaukee. This is another annual tradition. Wow. All the cars and vehicles were 1963 or older and beautifully restored. It was one of those snap happy times. I kept getting my phone out. I was like, look at this Porsche. And I'm a big fan of Volkswagen Beetles. So there were Beetle Bugs from 63 and earlier. And so that was just a lot of fun. And the Exotics played on that Bucyrus stage. So, and got a picture with the Crusher, who the Cheaterama car show folks put a t-shirt on the Crusher in honor of the event. So good time there. And I would also say anytime you see a vintage car show happening, if you're an aspiring or an accomplished photographer, man, that's a great place to take photos, because the design of some of these vintage cars is truly stunning, and you can get some cool up close shots. And also, I think it's a good spot. And then also I hit the Washington Heights block party. Saw my friends the Invaders performing, and that was another nice, just a great way to spend a summer afternoon. Had a good meal at the Pizza Man and went to the Downer and saw the Tony Bourdain movie called Tony. And that was fun because it's basically 3 months, the summer of 1975, when he was in Provincetown and just starting his kitchen career. So I could give that 2 thumbs up if you were interested in seeing Tony. So that was some of my weekend highlights, getting to hang out with my friends and do some fun things around the city, indoors and outdoors. Love to know what you did. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ talk and text line, 855-616-1620. Maybe you had fun playing tennis or pickleball. Well, What's on tap next? I talk with Ryan Laughlin from PLM Paving and Concrete about a cool event they have coming up at the Social House in Menominee Falls, celebrating their 60-year anniversary and the launch of America's sports construction. That's next on What's on Tap.
You've seen us around town, volunteering, supporting events, and showing up where it matters. At Waterstone Bank, we're more than a bank. We're your neighbor. The money you deposit stays local, helping small businesses, creating jobs, and supporting home ownership. It's banking from the community for the community. Visit your local branch or WSBOnline.com to see how we're building a stronger southeastern Wisconsin, one neighbor at a time. Waterstone Bank, member FDIC.
Drafty windows means wasted money. Call Siding Unlimited today for energy-efficient replacement windows and doors and start saving now. For a free estimate and honest price guarantee, go to sidingunlimited.com.
Save now during the Ken Michaels Furniture Labor Day sale.
At Blaine's Farm and Fleet, we know you do things your way. So why shop the same retail giants as everyone else when we have the products you need and trust at unbeatable prices? Right now, select Shepherd wheels, casters, and floor protection 15% off. 3M WorkTunes Bluetooth hearing protection $74.99. And save 10% on Thoroughbred welding cylinders and gas. Plus, Chick Days start Friday, August 28th with a variety of egg layers and meat birds. Find value for the work you do every day at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, old-fashioned roofing and trees on the move. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
I am Sandy Maxx, and in this Spotlight interview, we are celebrating 60 years of a Wisconsin company that has helped shape the places where we live, where we work, and where we play. PLM Paving and Concrete is marking 6 decades in business and now launching America Sports Construction, a new division focused on athletic and recreational courts. You are invited to celebrate both of these milestones at their 60th anniversary party Thursday, August 27th at the Social House in Menominee Falls. And with me now is PLM Paving and Concrete President and CEO Ryan Laughlin to share with us PLM's Wisconsin roots and some perspective on pickleball and other ways to play during our time off. Hello, Ryan. How are you?
I am fantastic today.
We're going to get more party plans about your Thursday event. But first, PLM, 60 years in Wisconsin. Take us all the way back to the beginning. What did PLM Paving and Concrete look like in 1966?
Oh, boy. Going back that far, you have to kind of think of it as humble roots. Anything that you can possibly do in a pavement maintenance environment, but really basically beginning with seal coating. Yeah. Seal coating, patching, crack sealing. Probably how most entrepreneurs, most owners get into this business is a couple guys, a truck, some tools, and let's get after it. And as that business developed, you start to figure out, hey, you know what? People need patching too. You know, that progression goes on, and you go 20 years later and you have a business that actually has something to it. You have 5-10 employees. You have some people that work for you.
Built a reputation.
Yes. And then you fast forward and things get quick. You know, you start buying equipment. You stop buying junk. You advance yourself and you say, we need a skid steer. We need a loader. We need a dump truck. And before you know it, you look up and it's the 2000s and you've got a paving crew. And then you end up at PLM today where, you know, we have 105 employees. We have $10 million worth of equipment. We invest every day, whether it's asphalt, concrete, earthwork, drainage, seal coating, anything you see outside your parking lot, anything you walk on, you look at, we do it.
And you've been part of properties all around the state.
Yes. Our base business is, you know, southeast Wisconsin, you know, Milwaukee Metro. But one of the things that we really enjoy is that our clients want us to go out of area. I mean, we just spent the last week and a half, we worked in Eau Claire, we worked in Wausau, we worked in Stevens Point, we worked in Green Bay. And that's great feeling as a business leader is that you know that your clients want you to travel, that it's not just about the price, it's about the service, it's about the quality.
And now, as you celebrate PLM's history and accomplishments so far, you're also launching America Sports Construction. And sports courts, they're not really new to you at PLM, so why is now the right time to create this dedicated division?
Absolutely a great question. So we've been building all kinds of asphalt pavements for decades. And in the last 15 years, as our business has grown, we've took on larger projects. And paving and constructing tennis courts, that's second nature to us. However, as pickleball and the boom of this has grown
and continued.
Yes. And what is happening is there's a lot of people that want to convert tennis courts to pickleball courts. It's a big deal. And so what we found is that why are we hiding this feature from the community? You know, how do we go in and look at this and say, you've got one in your backyard, you've got a park, you've got a school. I mean, we have businesses that, for example, where we're celebrating our 60th anniversary, this is a bar that's building a pickleball league, and they built 2 pickleball courts.
They got cornhole, may as well do pickleball at the social house.
Absolutely. It's where communities come together. Communities play together, they talk together. This is the new social engagement is let's go play pickleball.
What an interesting way that you are building community at PLM Paving and Construction and now with America Sports Construction.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people just think of it as, okay, we're going to improve our home or improve our business, but you really are bringing communities together with this recreational side.
We are. And the America Sports Construction focuses on bringing that emphasis and focus on sports, not only to PLM, but also to all the companies that we're related to. PLM is part of a larger group of companies. We have 35 companies nationwide under the Pave America umbrella. So America Sports Construction is our premier sports brand.
There's probably more than just science and craftsmanship to building a great pickleball, tennis court, even a basketball court. What is the secret? Is there anything special?
Everything starts with the preparation. So if you think about the coating on an asphalt pavement is just that. But it begins with how do we make sure it's smooth? How do we level it? You know, so we flood the court, we put water on it, we want to fill all the low spots. You know, then we build it up with 4 layers of coating. So that's supposed to promote smoothness and aesthetics. And it ultimately leads to something that lasts 5 to 10 years. And when we do that and we repeat that process, there's a craftsmanship to it. It's much like painting a house or doing drywall. You can always see bad drywall or bad paint. You can absolutely see bad tennis courts, pickleball courts, bad coatings.
And you don't want those wicked hops.
No bad bounces, please.
So you're bringing the 60th anniversary and the launch of America Sports Construction together with a celebration Thursday, August 27th at the Social House in Menominee Falls. Tell us about the party, how people can be part of it.
Yeah, absolutely. The party is meant to celebrate both, as you've described. One of the things that we want to accomplish is to bring the community together. And so by inviting not only our clients, our employees, our sales team, but the community to the event, there's no limit on how many people we want to show up. If you want to be a part of it and you want to learn about pickleball, you want to learn about PLM, have a couple drinks, have a couple snacks, and see where this can take us.
And raise a glass to a successful business. Any business that can be in business for 60 plus years, that's worth celebrating.
Yeah, and no plans to stop. I mean, we continue to plan our growth. We continue to expand our geography. I'm proud that we add jobs every year. It's an amazing thing for the community. And to give people an opportunity to have a career, you know, where, yeah, you work hard. It's a dirty job, but you work hard, you put your mind into it, and we build communities, we build families.
You can be proud of what you see after you construct it.
Absolutely. And especially with the pickleball courts, the tennis courts, they're such bright colors. They stand out. These colors aren't the boring red like they used to be. They're hot pink, they're neon green. You know, they're bright yellow. I mean, people want these courts to stand out. And so they're really a showcase for a property.
He is the president and CEO of PLM Paving and Concrete. Ryan Laughlin, congratulations to everyone on 60 years and many more to come, and the launch of America Sports Construction. What is the best way to get more info about PLM, America Sports Construction, or the anniversary celebration?
We have an outstanding team that you can follow on Facebook, Insta, LinkedIn, any of the social media channels you want. Our website, plmpaving.com, is an outstanding resource. You can also email us at sales@plmpaving.com. And if you're, you know, someone that still likes to pick up the phone, we do have someone that answers the phone. There's none of those AI bots that filter your calls.
Cheers to your accomplishments.
Thank you so much.
As the kiddos get ready to get back to school, you can find really great back-to-school savings at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. School supplies and some surprisingly cool clothing too. And teachers, you get an additional discount. Get the best back-to-school bargains at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
With an ever-changing inventory, you never know what great bargains you're going to be able to find at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. It makes shopping fun because the best finds are the ones you had no idea you'd even come across. And when they're at thrift store prices, it feels good. And it feels even better to know you're helping us help others. Shop St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, 23rd in Lincoln, and 76th and Bradley Road in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Have you seen those Russian floating folk dancers that look like they're gliding on air?
Impressive. They kind of resemble the Brody table at Penny Mustard.
You're right.
And these upholstered caster dining chairs look like they're also gliding on air. Here, I'll show you.
Be careful.
Watch out!
I never was a very good dancer.
The Brody table, paired with 4 caster dining chairs, starting at $64.22 at Penny Mustard.
Showrooms in Milwaukee and Chicago.
PennyMustard.com.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
Are you looking for a welcoming place to unwind? Vince Vitrano here. Our family found a home at Racine Country Club. Premier golf on the historic championship course, rolling terrain, famously fast greens, tight fairways, and scenic Root River views. Work your game year-round with indoor simulators, hitting bays, top-notch practice facilities, and leagues for every level. Plus, at Racine Country Club, you enjoy elevated dining, swimming, and a full calendar of family-friendly events. Join me on the course at Racine Country Club, racinecountryclub.com.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scaffidi. Have you listened to WTMJ Outdoors yet? Well, what are you waiting for? Every Saturday at 2 right here on 620 WTMJ. Stories of the outdoors in Wisconsin and beyond as we celebrate everything in recreation. This week, ATV and UTV ridership is way up in Wisconsin, but safety is a concern. We'll talk to some subject matter experts on that and more as we celebrate all things recreation and outdoors in Wisconsin.
It's WTMJ Outdoors, presented by Outdoor Living Unlimited. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. Did you discover something fun this weekend? Always enjoy on Mondays to find out what a weekend highlight for you was. The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. 855-616-1620. I was giving highlights of my South Milwaukee vintage car show experience, which was absolutely great. And you talk about, there's a ton of history. Even gear shift knobs were on sale. It was a lot of fun. And I'm the kind of person who likes to stick my head into like a 1957 Chevy and just inhale, because it just doesn't smell like that kind of motor and old upholstery anymore. But yeah, Cheaterama, circle that on your calendar for next year. It was a really fun vintage car show in South Milwaukee. Producer Isaac Marquardt with me. Isaac, what was a highlight of your weekend?
Well, my girlfriend's best friend was visiting from out of town.
Yeah.
And every time we've got visitors, we're kind of sneakily trying to get them to move to Milwaukee, obviously. So we took her around Bayview, showed her some of the good restaurants and stuff. Took her to Voyager Wine Bar and then Egg and Flour for some delicious pasta.
Well done.
Yeah.
And did you woo them?
She's considering it, I think, but I don't know. Maybe one day.
You're in Bayview. Next time, take them to Three Brothers.
Oh, yes.
That's the restaurant that all the top chef judges, when they spent all that time here in Wisconsin and when they came back for the world premiere, it was like, okay, is there a place that you went? And they were all like, we're going to Three Brothers after this. That's how much they love that restaurant, which I thought was way cool. And that is authentic Serbian traditional food.
Yeah.
And I think it's been in Bayview for a long time, over 30 years now, don't you think?
I think so, yes. Because I remember my dad has been telling me about that for my whole life. And he grew up here in Milwaukee, so
then you're overdue.
Yeah,
take
I guess
your dad.
So. Yeah, I really should.
He'd be a good son.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you, Isaac. And so I'm interested in knowing what you did. The Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line is 855-616-1620. And we have a lot more events that you can look forward to, including West Bend German Fest. starts Thursday through Sunday in Regner Park. It is their 40th anniversary, and this is one of those fantastic cultural fests that is absolutely free admission, free parking. If you like Sheep's Head, good at cards, there's a tournament, a bags tournament, and this is, they're stacked with live music. A lot of cover bands, but Sunday at West Bend German Fest, polka music. The Mike Schneider Band and the Alex Meixner Bands. Those are going to be fun. So embrace that. And then if you're a big country music fan, this is the weekend for Country in the Berg in Cedarburg, Friday and Saturday. Scotty McCreery, Josh Turner, Rodney Atkins, Brantley Gilbert, Mitchell Tenpenny, and Drake White are all on that lineup. So like I said, there's a whole lot more warm weather outdoor fun to have and more events to look forward to that you can hear about from the organizers right here on What's on Tap soon. Find out about new public art in Wauwatosa that you can see this weekend. That's at 7:15, and Wildflowers on the Water event on Sunday at Lakeshore State Park. That's that little strip, almost like a peninsula when you're at Summerfest and you look out at that lagoon. That's that nice prairie patch with the beach on the other side that sometimes you see some boats moored there. So we'll find out all about Wildflowers on the Water at 7:35. So stay with me, but I'm very excited, of course, that next we get to welcome back my favorite library lady. Discover a world of unlimited access to learning, resources, and fun for all ages at Milwaukee County's 27 completely free libraries. We will be joined by Deb Merritt to share all about the many free online resources and more. Don't miss it next here on What's on Tap. First, we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Jessica Gatso.
Thanks, Sandy. A man is charged in the deaths of 2 people inside a recording studio on Milwaukee's North Side. Kelvin Harris faces 2 counts of first-degree reckless homicide after Quentin Williams and DeQuayshawn Evans were found shot to death last week. A criminal complaint says Harris called 911 and admitted to firing the shots. He told investigators that Evans had taken his gun during an argument, prompting him to grab another gun and open fire. Harris is set to appear in court for the first time tomorrow. Police are looking for a burglary suspect accused of breaking into off-campus apartments near Marquette University. DeAndre Morgan has an arrest warrant after prosecutors replaced misdemeanor trespassing charges with felony burglary charges last week. Investigators say Morgan broke into an apartment near 15th and Kilbourne while 2 Marquette students were sleeping. Officers later found him sitting on a couch with a shopping bag full of the students' belongings. Morgan was originally released from jail on a signature bond. Online court records show he has a criminal history of armed robbery and use of force. A traditional 4-year college degree could be getting a little shorter for some Wisconsin students. More colleges are experimenting with bachelor's degrees that require 90 to 100 credits instead of the traditional 120. Mount Mary University in Milwaukee already offers 3-year options in several majors, while UW Green Bay is offering a reduced credit computer science degree. Other UW campuses can now develop similar programs following a change approved by the Board of Regents. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Still a few things to watch out for near the stadium interchange. Highway 175 north at Blue Mound and Wisconsin. The right lane there is closed. Looks like we have another lane closure on 94 eastbound. That's the right lane closed at the ramp from 175 south. And still seeing some delays on 94 east back right at, looks like between 76th Street and Hawley. And taking a look at your WTMJ forecast. Mostly clear skies tonight, a low of 58. Tuesday, mostly sunny with a slight chance for showers and storms at night, a high of 80. Wednesday, partly cloudy and warm, a slight chance for thunderstorms, a high of 86. Thursday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 81. Friday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 77. Right now in Madison, it's 74 degrees. In Green Bay, also 74. In Waukesha, it's 71. And in Milwaukee, it's 70 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 6:32.
Don't think twice. Call Dice.
A great way to add value and curb appeal to your home is with a new LiftMaster or CHI maintenance-free garage door. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. A study by Remodelers Magazine reports that the average return on investment is an amazing 82%. Garage doors rank first among all home improvement projects. To see Geiss's huge selection of doors, visit their showroom in Brookfield, or you can also visit their online showroom at geissdoors.com. Geis has everything from alley doors to custom wood designer doors and everything in between. Remember, for all your garage door needs, you call Geis at 262-784-4250. That number again, 262-784-4250. It's Geis. Visit them online at geisdoors.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geis.
Welcome back to Ask Hasselus.
Are your employee-free Hasselus showroom some kind of big viral prank?
We simply let you try our selection of Beauty Rest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Sure you do.
And through Monday, get a free adjustable base with the purchase of a select Sealy Posturepedic or Beauty Rest mattress, plus free next-day delivery.
So shopping at Hasselus won't make me TikTok famous?
Absolutely not.
Darn.
Find an employee-free showroom near you at Hasselus.com.
Just doing some roofing on another lovely Wisconsin day. No gimmicks, nope. No shortcuts, nope. It's just roofing done the old-fashioned way. You betcha. Do you need shingles? Well, let's mingle. For a Wisconsin tradition never dwindles. No. So raise a glass, shake a hand for this old-fashioned brand. Whoop. That's old-fashioned roofing.
Do you have an upcoming wedding, a bridal or baby shower, maybe a family reunion? WTMJ's John Mercure here. I highly recommend having your party at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. Half your dinners are free. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every single night, even for special events. Choice steaks, seafood, pasta. How about the surf and turf? Any entree, buy one, get one free. Desserts, my favorite part, is buy one, get one free. Celebrate a birthday, an anniversary, a retirement, or just a quiet free dinner with your sweetie. Have your company employee appreciation dinner at the Fox and Hounds. Half your dinners are free, and it's a gorgeous setting right in the heart of the Kettle Moraine near Holy Hill. Spectacular views. Gift cards are also the perfect year-round gifts, as your second dinner is always free. Order online, and your gift cards will arrive shortly. I've done this many times. Reserve your wedding shower, rehearsal, or family dinner today. Half your dinners are free every night at the Fox and Hounds. Google, call, and reserve.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
I'm Sandy Maxx with a spotlight interview shining on the Milwaukee County Federated Library System and the phenomenal amount of free resources and services at Milwaukee County's 27 completely free libraries. And joining me now is Deb Merritt, Milwaukee County Federated Library System's Public Information Coordinator. Welcome back, Deb.
Thank you so much. I'm so glad to be here.
I am glad you're here. You know, I think a lot of people have enjoyed summer reading programs.
Yes.
Even bookmark designing contests like at the Oak Creek Public Library, which I did
see
vote.
That one?
Yes, I did.
They were great.
And now it is back to school time for kids and adults, and the Milwaukee County Federated Library System is there for us.
We're here.
How are you there for us at this time of the season?
Right. Well, we're here obviously in all kinds of ways, as far as just the physical spaces where you can come and study and have a study room if you want one, to have a quiet space, all the books, all the research resources and everything for you. And today, specifically, I want to talk to you about a brand new resource that we have that is called Peterson's Test Prep. And it's for students, but it's also for people who are job hunters, and it's also for professionals who need to do any kind of test credentialing or certification. This website, Peterson's Test Prep, will give you all kinds of study materials and resources to help you get ready for that test. And then you can even take practice tests on the website, and it'll give you feedback. It'll give you your score so that you're going to have a really, really good run at when you go out to take the real thing. So
it's like having your own tutor.
It is 100% like having your own tutor. So this is covering everything from the GED tests.
I would say we're going to do some alphabet soup, aren't we?
We are big time. GED, all your AP exams in high school, all your college prep exams like the ACT and the SAT, college students who have to take the GRE, the LSATs, the MCATs, all the stuff that's going on to graduate school. And then even the U.S. citizenship test for people who are citizenship seekers.
I hadn't thought of that.
I know, it's a big one. And then all of the professional stuff, nursing, law enforcement, teachers, public safety, cosmetology, firefighters, all this stuff. You can go on there and you can get all that prep work. They give you flashcards and video stuff. And I was looking through it today, and it'll even say like, okay, this kind of question, you need to look for this specific thing, and here's how you answer it. So it is like a tutor.
I remember that from high school. It's like, this is to that what this is to that.
Right.
Sure, there's a name for those questions, but
there is, but I don't know it. But
fascinating how broad all of these tests are. Like you said, from first responders to cosmetology to all of these academic tests that we
Everybody's
know of.
got to do. Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
And,
exactly.
And what's the price on this?
Well, you know us. That's the library, so it's free.
That is fascinating to me. How does somebody get started on finding this Peterson's test prep?
Yep. So this resource is available to anybody who lives in Milwaukee County for free. That's the area that we cover, of course. All you need is a library card. You do need that. So if you don't have that, please come see us and we will get you set up.
That's also free.
Yeah. So when you go in, you go through our website to start out with. So where you're going to go is leveluplearning.info.
Okay.
Leveluplearning.info. And actually, when you go on that page, you're going to see all our online resources because we've got more, as you know.
Yeah.
But Peterson's is on there, the link to that, and that'll take you in from there. And so you just put in your library card number and you're off and running.
And you said, so for each of these different tests, it really does give you practice questions. And it does tell you where you went right and where you went wrong.
It does. Yeah. It'll show you like how you would have scored if that had been the real thing. It will show you what the correct answers would have been. All of that stuff. It will actually save your you'll have your own account, so it will save your progress if you're in the middle of something. It will you can jump back in. There's also, in fact, for students, there is a college search feature and a scholarship search feature. So that's pretty huge.
Oh,
yes.
A scholarship search feature alone, just being able to find that information and those deadlines and those parameters.
Exactly. It'll cover like your eligibility. It'll make it really quick for you to find which scholarships might apply to you.
Wow, you can filter like that. Oh, yeah. I know there are parents going, wait, what is that
What
again?
is that again?
Level up learning. Yes, it's Peterson's test prep. I mean, it is fascinating how useful this is. Here's the other thing.
Yeah.
Can people use Peterson's test prep from home, or do they have to come into the library to get access to it?
You can use it from home. Absolutely. Of course, we have computers in the library for you if you need to come in. And obviously, then the librarians can help you if you need anything. You can actually also use this on your phone, even anywhere you are. They don't have an app separately, but it is the website is very mobile friendly, so it's easy to get access and use on your phone.
On your phone or a tablet?
Yes, exactly.
Man, I also hear some grandparents going, "I'll look up some scholarships for the young ones who are getting into school."
That's right.
That is, I mean, just truly, I'm just fascinated by that ability to be able to do that, and because you can access it at home. For a lot of people who are even considering maybe getting into the fire department,
right?
Take the sample test,
right?
And find out, oh, that's what I need to know.
And I'm actually glad you brought that up because there's another feature in there that is a career search feature where you take a quiz and you put in like, I like this kind of thing, I am this kind of personality, and it will suggest good career paths for you. And then there's a resume builder where you can put in your information and it will help you build a professional resume.
And that is so helpful for anyone
either
starting out or people who are in their 50s and haven't been job searching for a while.
Yeah.
Oh, this is what a professional resume looks like.
Because you know
now.
what? They do it differently now than they did 20 years ago. They do it differently.
I'm fascinated. Yeah, there are things that are at the top of a resume. I'm like, I thought you used to have to put your home address on there. I don't think you have to anymore. But it really helps empower and connect people who I think would be shy otherwise. Maybe they would be interested in a field that does require a test, but you can see.
Right. They can see what it would entail.
Yeah. Good. I'm just you stun me every time. I think it was great that you can borrow button makers and power tools from the library, but this man, free and online and accessible from your home just with a library card. Man,
exactly.
So if somebody has a big test coming up or they're super excited about this information, what is the first thing to do to get started with Peterson's test prep?
Yep. So the first thing, you just need to make sure you have your library card, because you are going to need that number to put in to get into the website. And then you're going to go to leveluplearning.info, and that's going to lead you right into it.
That is incredible. Thank you so much.
Thank
She is
you.
Deb Merritt.
We're so excited about this one.
You should be. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, that's the last question I'll ask you. Is there a demand for this? Like, what you know? I mean, I got to think. I mean,
yeah.
like you said, we're excited. Like
there is. I mean, even high school students who I know, they hire tutors to prepare for the SATs or the ACTs, and this can take the place of that. This really levels the playing field for not everybody can hire a tutor, and this is going to get you so much insight into what you're going to be facing when you walk in that door that day. You're going to walk in knowing that you know how to handle it, and that's just huge.
it truly is knowledge and empowerment. Well, thank you for all that you do. This is just great. She is Deb Merritt, the Public Information Officer at Milwaukee County Federated Library Systems. And remind everybody, what is that perfect website to get to the library?
Come find your library at findmylibrary.org.
Thank you so much, Deb.
Thank you.
Deb Merritt is also an artist, and we learn what's next in Deb's creative journey as our conversation continues on What's on Tap.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and newnordicusa.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
Save big on your outdoor projects at Menards. Shop the largest in-stock selection of pressure-treated lumber and thick decking, all easy to load in our drive-through lumber yard. Plus, you can design the deck of your dreams for free with our easy-to-use Deck Designer. Save big on Menards' selection of pressure-treated lumber and thick decking. Also, check out our weekly flyer on menards.com for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
The place you want to go, Lynch McWanago.
Nobody sells for less than Lynch.
Visit the city where festivals take over the lakefront. Breweries pour late into the night, and every neighborhood brings its own flavor. Milwaukee doesn't just host festivals,
It owns them.
with more than 100 every year, including the world's largest music festival. The lakefront views,
Incredible food and breweries,
live sports,
and nightlife that doesn't quit.
make Milwaukee a city built for unforgettable weekends. Expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org will help you plan every detail of your next visit. Get started today
At visitmilwaukee.org.
If you're in charge of uniforms and equipment, you want to get the most value for your team's budget. You want the most for your money, and you want the process to be easy. Because you already have enough on your plate. We get it. Burghardt Sporting Goods Team Outfitting Division is the best you'll find. With an abnormally high customer satisfaction rate and our own silk screening and embroidery facility for quality control. So if you want the highest quality team outfitting and incredible service,
You can't beat Burghardt.
I'm Jim Croft. I'm not a politician. I'm a husband, dad, numbers guy, and a small businessman. I'm a regular guy with 2 jobs, and neither one is funded by taxpayers. I met my wife Marina while I was studying abroad in Mexico. One dance, and that was it. We came back here to Milwaukee and opened our dance studio. I'm running for state senate because between groceries, housing, and healthcare, 2 jobs barely fills the fridge for working families these days. Send me to Madison, and I'll work to lower the cost of living and make healthcare more transparent. And I'll cut your property taxes, make life more affordable for southeastern Wisconsin families, and to make sure that our kids have the same opportunities that we did. My one job will be to make sure that your one job is enough to support your family again. I'm Jim Croft, and I have a message for the Madison politicians that got us into this mess. No quieren bailar conmigo. You don't want to dance with me. Paid for by Jim Croft for Wisconsin.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
I'm Sandy Maxx, joined in the studio by artist Deb Merritt, mostly known for your portrait painting, Deb. And what do you have coming up next?
I've got a few things coming up, actually, that's kind of exciting. I've got a solo show that's going to be at a small gallery that's in Racine, Wisconsin, for the month of September. It's called the Artist Gallery. It's right on Main Street. And I'm going to be showing mostly paintings that have never been shown before. So I'm really excited about that.
Reveal. Are they new paintings that you've created?
Well, they're new. I haven't actually shown a lot in the last year or so. So they're new to the world.
Sure,
You know, I've been banking them up. So they are mostly figurative, narrative figurative paintings is what I call them. So mostly garden scenes, cathedrals, museums. I'm calling it public spaces, private moments. So it's places that we go that are public, but we're kind of there in a often thoughtful or private feeling sort of moment, even though we're out in public.
I like that
Yeah.
theme. That's
Yeah.
wonderful. And that'll be the month of September?
The month of September, it comes down the 27th, so just shy of the full month.
And
Yeah.
what's the name of that gallery in Racine?
It's called the Artist Gallery, and it's right on Main Street. And I will actually be painting live there on the 19th, which is a Saturday.
Ooh.
So if you want to come down, that would be a nice time to do it.
See Deb's magic in progress. And speaking of painting in real time, you also enjoy learning and teaching.
I do.
Tell me about some
do.
workshops you have coming up.
Yes, I've got 2 workshops coming up. One on Labor Day weekend. That is a plein air painting workshop where we go outside in the gardens and we paint from life there. And the other one is the first weekend in October, and that's an intermediate watercolor class where people have taken a little bit of watercolor stuff and want to continue and want to get into more of the deeper knowledge of it.
Would you ever consider painting plein air at the Wisconsin State Fair?
I would. They do have
They-
people come
they sure
sometimes.
do. Yeah, no, every year. It's a real tradition. That Monday and Tuesday they'll have painters
all
throughout
over,
the
right,
grounds
right.
all through
Scattered all
Monday,
over.
and then they do a quick paint. You have
Yes.
90 minutes in
Really
this year. It was
quick.
in the exploratory park.
Okay.
And then you get to see all these beautiful artworks on display at the Expo Center.
Right
yeah,
there. I know. That one is a little scary to me because the state fair is this huge, crazy environment, and you've got to how
Very
in the world do you
stimulating.
paint that? I know. I'm scared. I like the little garden. The little happy little garden scenes. Nice and happy.
That's
One or two people. We're good.
If people want to paint with you or
Yes.
see your artwork, what's the best way to keep up with Deb Merritt?
They can see my website at debmerritt.com, and my last name is Marett.
Thank you so much for all that you do in our creative world and also in our library world. And I love every visit. You still fascinate me with the services and the abilities for the libraries to make our lives better, not just for recreational reading,
Yeah.
but really providing services.
It's a
to
full
help us
service community resource.
grow in
Yeah.
our school and our career.
Really
So
is. Yeah.
Thank you very much. She
Thank
is
you
Deb
so much.
Merritt. Enjoy your September.
I will. Thank you.
And here on What's on Tap, you have heard actor Gary Sinise share the remarkable story of his son, Mac, a gifted composer whose music continues to inspire audiences even after Mac lost his battle with a rare cancer. Next, you will hear one of the pieces that Gary Sinise and a 25-piece orchestra of a lot of local musicians will bring to life during the world premiere of Graceful Warrior concerts at Milwaukee Skylight Music Theater Friday and Saturday. The song you need to hear is an uplifting instrumental that Maxx Sinise titled Cloud Surfing. Next on What's on Tap.
Bank 59 has a mission to make lives better. They make it a priority to give back to their customers, communities, and their employees. In fact, Bank 59 was just honored again by the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel as a top workplace. That makes 17 years in a row. Want to learn more about working with the great people at Bank 59? Visit bank59.com/careers. That's bank59.com/careers. Equal Opportunity Employer, member FDIC.
Hey there, I'm Sandy Maxx, and we're talking about so much fun that you can have the rest of this summer and September. Well, mark your calendar. 3 Pillars Fest is Saturday, September 19th from 11 till 3 at 3 Pillars. Beautiful Lake Country campus in Dousman. They will have live music, carnival games, bounce inflatables for the kids to jump on, a classic car show, a petting zoo, rock climbing, a craft fair, a fishing contest. But wait, the real capper is the legendary rubber duck race down the Bark River. Food and drinks, of course. 3 Pillars Fest, free, open to the public, and your chance to experience the fun, the warmth, the community that makes 3 Pillars such a special place to call home. 3pillars.org/giving/events is where you can get the details for 3 Pillars Fest, Saturday, September 19th.
Is life insurance still on your list from earlier this year? Now is the perfect time to just get it done. A buddy told me that securing life insurance sooner rather than later can help you lock in lower rates for years to come. So I added this to my list this year and got it done. I called SelectQuote and was shocked at how easy and affordable life insurance is. I'm 40 and got a $500,000 policy for $18 a month. My wife's also 40, and her $5,000 policy was only $16 a month. Plus, with SelectQuote's same-day coverage, no medical exam was required, and we were covered by the time we hung up. Checking this off my list felt great, but the peace of mind knowing my family is protected feels even better.
Call Select Quote at 1-800-280-5858 for your free quote today. That's 1-800-280-5858. Or go to selectquote.com. That's 1-800-280-5858. Details on example rate at selectquote.com.
Brew Crew Tuesdays are back on August 25th.
Fly ball center field. It's hit well. Grisham back. It is gone!
Catch the Brewers on local TV as they battle the New York Mets.
Got him swinging. Threw him a curveball. It's 11 Ks for Mizorowski.
This edition of Brew Crew Tuesdays is presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Tune in August 25th at 6:10 on Fox 6 in Milwaukee, or check your local listings to watch the game.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ. And now, feast your ears. This is the song you need to hear.
Most blokes are going to be playing at 10. These go to 11.
I'm Sandy Maxx, and here on What's on Tap, you have heard actor, author, musician, humanitarian Gary Sinise, and very proud papa, sharing the story about his son, Maxx Sinise, who was a composer, but unfortunately passed away during a courageous battle with cancer. But Max's creativity continued even when he was fighting cancer, and this song is one of the original compositions that will be featured in the world premiere performances of the Graceful Warrior concerts Friday and Saturday at Milwaukee Skylight Music Theater. And it'll be a musical, meaningful set of shows with Gary Sinise on stage sharing the intimate and inspiring stories of his son, Maxx. And this song will be on the set list. This is Cloud Surfing by Maxx Sinise, the song you need to hear on What's on Tap.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
NPS Families. School starts Tuesday, September 1st, and we're excited to serve you. If you haven't enrolled your child yet, now is the time. Milwaukee Public Schools offers free breakfast and lunch, the latest reading curriculum, and programs to fit every learner, including bilingual, language immersion, Montessori, special education, and more. Enroll today at mpsmke.com/enroll or visit us in person at 5225 West Fleet Street, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. Don't wait. Enroll today.
25 years ago, a generational Bucks team made an unforgettable run.
This is the place to be.
Write It Up, narrated by Jim Paschke, is the new season of the Behind the Bucks podcast, presented by Gallagher, your trusted insurance broker and HR and benefits consultant. This is the oral history of the 2000-2001 Milwaukee Bucks and their run to Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Absolute bedlam here at the Bradley Center.
Listen now on Bucks.com/plus, the Bucks app, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and wherever you get your podcasts.
I'm with Eric, Director of Research for Good Karma Brands. They have business technology from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Eric, what does partner mean to you?
Partner isn't just out for them. The partner cares about how we solve our problems, and it can be a mutually beneficial relationship from there on.
And I understand throughout the more than 15-year partnership between Good Karma Brands and James Imaging Systems, you have shared many core values.
Absolutely. Work hard, be honest, over-deliver, follow through, listen, teamwork.
Eric, summarize your overall business technology partnership with James Imaging Systems for me.
Outstanding. As we've grown tremendously and you guys have still been able to meet our needs each step of our growth, that's huge.
AI-driven workflow automation, security enhancements, and digital transformation from James Imaging Systems, your local business technology partner. Call 262-781-7700 or visit jamesimaging.com.
Acumen Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLSConsumerAccess.org, number 255368.
Don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval. Get the pre-approval listing agents and sellers recognized as better than the rest. The rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval from Accunet. Get yours by clicking on the blue button at accunet.com.
Get your final August plans in for Brewers Rangers Action Friday, August 28th through Sunday the 30th. Starting with the Cole Swindell post-game concert at Country Music Night on Friday, featuring a belt buckle with a special ticket. Then it's Jackson Churio Mania. Get the Churio Bowl giveaway Saturday, courtesy of 620 WTMJ. And get it on the Final Kids Cheer Free Sunday before summer ends. Kids get a Churio Hype poster on Sunday, courtesy of Joy. Get tickets for it all at Brewers.com.
Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ, Milwaukee.
At 7 o'clock, it's 69 degrees, mainly clear skies tonight with a low of 58. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. The Supreme Court, in a 6-3 decision, clears the way for President Trump to implement portions of an executive order over mail-in voting. ABC's Devin Dwyer.
Specific issue here were three different steps. One was his direction of the Department of Homeland Security to create a federal citizenship list and to distribute it to the states. Second, he asked the Attorney General with this executive order to prosecute any state official who gives a ballot to someone who is ineligible. And finally, to direct the states and the U.S. Postal Service to come up with a plan to standardize these mail ballots.
It remains unclear how much can be implemented before the midterm elections. A Republican state lawmaker is giving Milwaukee election officials 30 days to explain what went wrong at Central Count during this month's primary.
Assembly Elections Committee Chair Dave Maxx is requesting a detailed account of how results were not loaded correctly onto 5 flash drives when staff initially departed Central Count on primary night. The mistake forced workers to return with a police escort and delayed some of Milwaukee's absentee results by roughly 90 minutes. Maxx says there's no evidence results were compromised, but says if Milwaukee Election Commission Executive Director Paulina Gutierrez cannot correct reoccurring mistakes, she should resign. The general election is November 3rd. Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
A now former employee of the Milwaukee City Attorney's Office could cost the city more than $830,000 after missing a court deadline.
In a lawsuit filed against the city by Regal Rexnord, the manufacturing company challenged the value of and property taxes on its downtown headquarters. After City Attorney's Office employee Kyle Bailey failed to answer a summons, which he claimed, according to court documents, was due to office tech issues, a judge ruled in favor of Regal Rexnord in July, ordering the city to pay. Bailey has since resigned from the City Attorney's Office, which is declining to comment. The case remains open with a motion hearing set for August 28th. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The man accused of killing 3 people in a murder spree across Milwaukee pleads not guilty. Thomas Zollicoffer faces 7 felonies, including first-degree intentional homicide and the deaths of his ex-girlfriend Vanessa DeHara and Scott Buchholz during a domestic dispute. He's also accused of shooting and killing Shamarla Asir Hare after Hare refused to allow him to remain at her home after the first 2 deaths. Zollicoffer is due back in court on Friday for a bail hearing. He faces life in prison if convicted on all charges. The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources is asking state lawmakers to free up $10 million for communities dealing with contaminated drinking water. The money was paid by Tyco Fire Products as part of a settlement involving PFAS contamination near Marinette. Dre Rogers with the DNR says they've submitted a request to the legislature's Joint Finance Committee to access the funds.
Following the court's approval of the settlement, the DNR hosted opportunities for community input on potential use of the funds.
The settlement money would be used for safe drinking water, testing, and replacement of contaminated private wells. A 24-hour shutdown is coming up in Milwaukee County this week, and it's not on the freeway, but it will force drivers to find another way through the southwest side.
Southbound Highway 100 will be closed for about 24 hours this week. Wisconsin DOT's Eric Hansen says drivers should plan for that shutdown starting Thursday morning.
Over on the 894 project from Lincoln Avenue to 84th Street, we do have an extended full closure.
The closure is between Layton Avenue and I-43, the Rock Freeway. But Hansen says people will still be able to get to where they need to go in the area since they'll maintain access to businesses and the Hales Corners Park and Ride. The closure runs from 5 a.m. Thursday to 5 a.m. Friday. Debbie Lazaga, WTMJ News.
Sports traffic and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:04.
Labor Day and the American labor movement were built on 3 fundamental principles: fair wages, reasonable hours, and big savings on beauty rest at Hassellus Mattress. Or something like that. Now through Labor Day, Hassellus will give you a free adjustable base with the purchase of any Beauty Rest mattress, including Beauty Rest World Class and the ultra luxury Beauty Rest Black. If your current mattress has been laboring under you for the past decade, it deserves a much needed retirement. Visit a Hassellus employee-free showroom and test your favorite mattress without commission-crazed salespeople hovering over you. Employee-free means way low prices. Others sell the Queen Beauty Rest Premium World Class Thatcher KA mattress for $2,450. But Hassellus has it for just $1,788, plus a free adjustable base, plus an additional $200 off, plus free next day delivery, plus a $100 rewards cash card. Now through Labor Day at Hassellus Mattress. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hassellus.com.
All you have is one chance after an accident, one decision on who to call, one shot to get the help you need. Don't waste it on the one offer you get from your insurance company. Make the one call to Gruber Law Offices. It's the only one you'll need to make. Call us today. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Are you hosting an event, launching something new, wanting to get the word out about your part of the state? Be a featured guest on the WTMJ Experience Wisconsin show. Share your story, promote your event or business, and connect with fans all across the state. I'm John Merkier. I'd love to interview you. We reach listeners from Milwaukee to Madison, Green Bay to La Crosse, everywhere in between. It's Experience Wisconsin. Ready to shine a spotlight on your business or company? Email me, john@WTMJ.com for more information. john@WTMJ.com.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. The Packers host the Arizona Cardinals this week for joint practice in advance of Friday's preseason finale at Lambeau. The Packers must trim the roster to 53 by August 30th. And the Brewers enjoy a day off after taking 2 of 3 against the first-place Braves. Milwaukee begins the day with a 6-game lead over the Cubs for first place in the NL Central. The Brewers begin a 3-game series against the Mets tomorrow. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Looks like we still have a closure on 94 eastbound. That's the right lane closed at the ramp from Highway 175 south. Otherwise, roads are looking mostly clear.
Traffic is sponsored by the famous Fox and Hounds restaurant near Holy Hill.
Buy one dinner, get one free tonight at the historic Fox and Hounds Supper Club, including steak and lobster. And desserts are buy one, get one free. Tables are open, foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
And taking a look at your WTMJ 5-day forecast, mostly clear skies tonight, a low of 58. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow, but a slight chance for showers or storms tomorrow night, a high of 80. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies and warm, a slight chance for thunderstorms, a high of 86. Thursday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 81. Friday, partly cloudy, a high of 77. Right now in Madison, it's 72 degrees. In Green Bay, also 72. In Waukesha, it's 70. And in Milwaukee, it's 69 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 7:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, a deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Welcome to the second hour of a 3-hour episode. It's a supersized show on this Monday, and in just minutes, you're going to get a preview of the newest public sculpture in Wauwatosa. They have Mama Rosa now, Sacred Rhythm Mother. You'll find all about it in about 5 minutes, and then find out what's up at Wildflowers on the Water Sunday at Lakeshore State Park, that kind of peninsula that is right outside Discovery World there near the Summerfest grounds. It's going to be a beautiful gathering of music and nature and community right there on Sunday. So we'll find out from Sarah Feerick, one of the organizers, what Wildflowers on the Water has in store for us to enjoy. And in our bonus hour, Milwaukee Film Artistic Director Kara Ogburn joins me. They have their Milwaukee Film Dialogues Documentary Festival returning next month, and she's got a preview of the first round of titles that have been announced, all sorts of true stories you can see on the big screen. And also, speaking of the big screen, we'll take a peek. I've been browsing the big, huge Hollywood memorabilia auction that they do every summer, and there are some really big things if you're a fan of movies from any decade. And so I'll share with them some highlights with you that you might want to scrape your pennies together and have an absolute collectible item from one of your favorite films, and also an anniversary to celebrate 25 years of Santiago Calatrava's Quadracci Pavilion addition to the Milwaukee Art Museum. They have something planned for later this week, and 25 years, a silver anniversary for the Calatrava edition. You know what the 60th anniversary is? It's not silver. It's not platinum. It's diamonds. Diamonds, the hardest natural substance on Earth, representing an unbreakable bond. Or a James Bond. Do you know who's celebrating their 60th anniversary? The Safe House. They just announced today. I love a theme party, as you know, and I am a big fan of the Safe House. It doesn't get much more uniquely Milwaukee than the Safe House downtown, but Safe House Milwaukee, 60 years. And they are celebrating starting September 3rd with a whole slew of events and giveaways and experiences running through New Year's Eve. Mission 60 is what they're calling their anniversary celebration. September 3rd is when it kicks off, with hidden $100 gift cards all around Milwaukee. There'll be a 60th anniversary celebration October 8th, a 60s-inspired Halloween bash, a holiday pop-up, and a James Bond-inspired New Year's Eve gala. They aren't kidding. I told you I love a theme, and if you've ever been inside the Safe House, oh, they love a theme even more than I do. Every inch, every centimeter of the Safe House has something spy-themed, including retro James Bond posters and the phone booth. You can still use the different sound effects to pretend that you're somewhere else when you're calling someone, giving the excuse that you can't meet them because you're caught in the crossfire somewhere. But September 3rd, that Thursday, they're going to start posting across their social media channels different clues to get your hidden $100 Safe House gift cards that will be concealed at iconic Milwaukee landmarks. And the grand prize, not only for those $100, is a dinner for six and a Hail to the Chief experience, which if you've never been there when they've done the Hail to the Chief, if you're in the front bar area, having a drink, all of a sudden you hear lots of noise and a trap door comes up and a person in a throne will elevate from the lower level, thus being the chief, I guess. But so I think that's one of those bucket list things I haven't done. Maybe I need to do a Hail to the Chief experience. And then Monday, October 5th, is Global James Bond Day. And check this out, 60-cent martinis with the purchase of an entree. There is a limit of 2, because if you know the old joke about martinis, 2 is never enough and 3 is always too many. So that's October 5th for Global James Bond Day. October 8th is the actual 60th anniversary celebration. Doors at 5, a birthday toast at 7, and they're going to have limited edition Safe House anniversary glassware. I'm a sucker for that. And I'm wondering, I'm going to tell you, the last time I was at the Safe House, I went to the ladies' room. I saw Burt Reynolds on the wall, and I did touch Burt Reynolds, which normally it's supposed to set off sirens in the rest of the restaurant, and you leave sheepishly. Everybody knows that you touched Burt Reynolds in his space there, and it was broken. So hopefully they will tweak Burt so that way everybody can fully enjoy that. There will be a Shagadelic 60s Halloween bash on October 31st. They're going to do a Grinch-themed holiday pop-up in the whole month of December with some 60s inspired throwback cocktails. And if you're feeling like you want to get out the white jacket and the black tie, Thursday, December 31st, you can ring in the new year at a ticketed James Bond inspired gala, the grand finale of Mission 60. So I would say if you don't know the password, learn it so you can have a lot of fun with Safe House Milwaukee's 60th anniversary. I'm telling you, I love a theme party and I think they're doing it right. So maybe I'll see you there. And next, Sacred Rhythm Mother is coming to Wauwatosa. Who is she? Find out next on What's on Tap.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. Dignified services with less expensive fees compared to other fine funeral homes. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Save now during the Ken Michaels Furniture Labor Day sale.
Upgrade your tool storage this fall with help from Menards and save big money. For heavy-duty storage that protects your tools, choose Masterforce. From shelving units to garage cabinets and so much more. You can keep your tools safe and within reach. Get versatile and durable storage products from Masterforce today. Check out Masterforce products in-store and on Menards.com. Plus, view our weekly flyer for all the great deals happening now.
Save big money at Menards.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, old-fashioned roofing and trees on the move. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Mama Rosa in Wauwatosa. Mama Rosa gathering us home.
Mama Rosa in Wauwatosa, a song by a local band. Isaac Marquardt, what's the name of that local band?
Bear With.
Bear With created an ode to Mama Rosa, the beautiful natural sculpture by international artist Thomas Dambo that you can see now in Wauwatosa. She's going to have some company. Sacred Rhythm Mother, which is a great name for public art. And joining me now from Discover Wauwatosa, Beth Gleasing. Beth, tell us about this new art and what is it and when can we celebrate the new art? When can we see it?
Absolutely. Hey, Sandy. Thanks for inviting me down to talk about her.
Well, thank you for creating artwork that attracts people, brightens people's curiosity, and all of these artworks are very thoughtful and very natural.
Very natural, absolutely. So yes, we have a new installation happening right now in Firefly Grove Park. So yes, Mama Rosa will have some company. Our artist doing the installation, his name is Justin Roberts. He is from Kentucky, and he works mostly in willow and other found elements. So he is creating a sculpture that, as you mentioned, the name is Sacred Rhythm Mother. It is a Mother Earth type figure that is being built into the hillside in Wauwatosa.
Into the hillside. So that's what I would say. It's from the photos that we can show you on. We have one image that was provided by the artist, as they say, to give you an idea of what it is. But when you say willow and woven into the hill, like this really is nature and natural.
It really is. So she does have a metal framework that will support her, particularly just for durability and, of course, to withstand Wisconsin snows.
Sure, yeah.
But Justin has worked. We've had a group of volunteers come out to the park and help with this project. And so they've done two things. They have harvested buckthorn, which we know is an invasive species that
I was just say that's a bad word.
That's a bad word.
We don't want buckthorn.
Invasive species. So we've actually had volunteers harvest buckthorn from the park, and it will be incorporated into the sculpture. So the artist is starting with kind of a base layer, or he calls it his canvas, of the buckthorn, and then he will take willow branches, which is a native species, and put that over the buckthorn. So you have kind of this symbolic native plant helping to choke out an invasive species.
Yes.
Yes.
See, like I said, it's very thoughtful.
Very thoughtful.
Is this the kind of art that we'll be able to touch?
Absolutely. That is one of the things I am most excited about when it comes to this installation. You know, we're used to seeing art in a frame on a wall, and that's incredible. But this art is something that you will experience in a whole new way. So you will actually be able to walk inside and stand in it, and you'll be able to see the story that she is telling from the inside out.
Interesting. So there's a Mama Rosa, like as you say, type figure. What are some of the other elements that you expect the artist to create?
So there's a head. So the Mother Earth figure has a head, and then it's an arm that is extending out down the hill. And then there are a series of 7 animals that her hand is releasing back into the wilderness.
What a beautiful imagery.
It is.
And a lovely sentiment. And his name is Justin Roberts.
Justin Roberts.
Do you know what part of Kentucky he's from? Didn't mean to pop. I was like,
He is near the Ohio River Valley. So on the, I would say probably
north side. I grew up in Louisville. That's why I was like,
okay.
oh, you know how everybody does that.
Yeah.
Oh, if you tell somebody, if you're traveling and somebody says, oh, I'm from Milwaukee. Oh, what high school did you go to? You know, it's one of those. So it's just like, oh,
yes.
So you brought him up to create this artwork. Did you choose this artist and artwork because it would kind of go with Mama Rosa?
Absolutely. It was a very curated installation. So, you know, we have Mama Rosa, and she is a great fit for the natural feel of the park. And so when we wanted to add to that, we were looking for another artist that had that sustainability element, something that has a very natural feel to it, that will feel and look appropriate in the space of the park. So we did our research and led us to Justin.
Cool. And remind everybody just for a moment who still may not have seen Mama Rosa yet, but the artist and what Mama Rosa looks like and what she's made of.
So Mama Rosa is a 25-foot tall whimsical troll built by Thomas Dambo, who is an artist from Denmark, whose mission is to create these whimsical sculptures out of recycled materials. So Mama Rosa is made from recycled elements and wood that comes from Wauwatosa's urban forest.
And lampposts.
And lampposts.
To make her bouquet.
Yes, recycled from the city's public works yard.
But it's great. It gives them a new life.
It does.
And so when will Sacred Rhythm, Mother, be ready for everyone to enjoy?
So this Friday evening, the 28th at 6 p.m., we are doing an unveiling ceremony at the park to kind of introduce her. We have the Wisconsin Poet Laureate coming and reading a poem that the artist wrote about the sculpture. And so we're going to kind of welcome her into the park officially this Friday.
What a beautiful ceremonial touch.
Absolutely.
To have poetry as
to
part
have
of
poetry.
This.
So, you know, it's public art in a new way. And so since the sculpture is so different and this experiential form of art, and the artist wrote a poem about the sculpture, we decided that having the poet laureate there read the piece would be an appropriate tie-in.
And what time on Friday?
6 p.m.
6 o'clock on Friday. Circle your calendar. Firefly Grove Park.
Correct.
That's the place to be. And just absolutely wonderful. I'm glad that you have brought even more public art. And I will say this is a surprise to me. Did you keep this under wraps and kind of unveil it, or has this been an open secret that I've just been busy this summer and missed?
We didn't talk too much about it.
That's cool.
You know, it was something that kind of quietly was building in the background, and then this month, during the month of August, it's been a process to install. It's a small team doing the installation, so it's been a process. So anticipation has been building during the month of August as the artist has made his appearance in the park and has been working on the sculpture.
And then my last question about Sacred Rhythm Mother, because after the break, we'll ask you about your 50th anniversary event that's coming up in September that you'll be inviting people to. Sacred Rhythm Mother, is it possible to still just go enjoy watching her be installed? Do you encourage that or discourage that?
You absolutely can. You can. The installation is proceeding all throughout this week, and of course the park is free and open, and so there have actually been multiple people that have stopped and inquired. And Justin is a very accommodating artist and is more than happy to chat with folks if they ask questions.
Like Art 64 is plein air painting. This is plein air sculpting.
Absolutely.
So I like that Justin Roberts is approachable and welcomes those questions about his creations.
He does, yeah.
Beth Gleasing of Discover Wauwatosa, you're all invited to see Sacred Rhythm Mothers unveiling on Friday. And then obviously throughout the rest of the year, how long will Sacred Rhythm Mother be with us?
We have her for the lifetime of the sculpture. The artist anticipates approximately 10 years.
Wow. Interesting. So Mama Rosa will have a neighbor for
Correct.
quite some time. They'll become friends.
Yes.
And next, we find out about the 50th anniversary of Tosa Fest and what you have planned. Stay with us. She is Beth Gleasing from Discover Wauwatosa, and I'm Sandy Maxx on What's on Tap.
At Erickson's Landscape Supply, we have durable, maintenance-free polywood patio furniture and #1 grade treated natural pine Amish-made patio furniture. And we also have a wonderful assortment of concrete benches, statues, and fountains available in a selection you just gotta see to believe. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less, plus a whole lot more. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection or stop on in today. He told us to load 4 yards into his 8-foot bed, but we knew that 3 full, honestly measured yards were going to fill his truck bed to the rim. After we proved that, he told us the other guys have been telling him he's been getting 4 yards in there for years. Honest measurements and honest folks who just want to do you right. So you come back. Erickson's Landscape Supply, high-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
You might not think of Burkhart for corporate uniforms and other business apparel, but you should, because a lot of businesses do. And it's because most times we're cheaper than our competition on the same high-quality apparel choices that the other guys offer, plus Nike and Under Armour that the other guys can't get. So for businesses and corporations, if you want your employees to look great while representing your brand, and you want to get your apparel for less, you can't beat Burkhart, your business uniform specialists.
You can't beat Burkhart.
Sports parents know the countless hours and dollars spent on practice, games, equipment, training, travel. So when an injury happens, why don't we invest in recovery too? Vince Vitrano for MD Hyperbaric. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy supports the body's natural healing process, whether it's recovering from injury or a concussion, because it's not just about getting your athlete back on the field, it's about helping them recover for school, work, and life long after the season ends. Learn more at mdhyperbaric.com.
Why settle for just a job when you can have a career in the exciting automobile industry? The Auto Dealers Association of Mega Milwaukee new car dealer members have service technicians, sales, administrative, and management positions available now. The first word in career is car, and one of the best places to find a great career opportunity is at an Adam member new car dealer.
For current great paying job opportunities, visit adam.com/jobs. That's ADAMM.com/jobs.
What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Discover Wauwatosa tourism specialist Beth Gleasing is my guest, and she has brought us news of brand new public art that will be right close to Mama Rosa in Firefly Grove Park. And Beth, do the honors, tell everybody what the name of this artwork is.
It's called Sacred Rhythm Mother, and we are having our official unveiling this Friday at 6 p.m.
Wonderful. And it's very natural. You'll get to meet the artist. You'll get to hear a poem that the artist wrote about the sculpture. It's very exciting. And it's Mother Earth releasing her nature, her animals into the wild. It sounds very thoughtful and very exciting to add to that space. And that is very welcoming to let people frolic and play among it.
Among it, yep. You can experience this art up close and personal.
And that's not all you have. So once Friday happens and Sacred Rhythm Mother is part of the Wauwatosa scenery, what's happening for Tosa Fest this year?
Tosa Fest, big year, 50th year.
Congratulations.
Of this celebration. Yeah, it's exciting, right? I mean, 50 years is that's a long time running. So yeah, it's exciting, right? It will be a lot of things that you're used to seeing with Tosa Fest. So a lot of music, a lot of food.
Yeah.
But there are also so many extra experiences that you can come and do. So like experiences, you can come and sit down and have a little bit more private, intimate experience at the event, as well as, taking advantage of everything else that's going on in the village and the food and the music. And
I love, I'm looking at the experiences that you're able to partner some of the businesses together. So maybe have, palomas and pours. And also I like the cribbage and cheers tournament that you have, and pull tabs and, some of those really traditional Wisconsin things. Plus you've got the 4th annual cheese curd eating contest.
Oh, yes. I mean, right. It would not be a Wisconsin event without cheese curds. So yeah, I mean, right. There's fun things you can do, you can experience, you can bring your family, your friends, and then you can just, wander the streets of the village. There are some great vendors there this year. Exciting music. It'll be a great time.
What are the dates of Tosa Fest 2026?
It is September
11th
and 12th.
And 12th.
I had a moment there. I was like visualizing my calendar in my head.
I was just going to say that wasn't fair considering all the things that you're doing to reveal Sacred Rhythm Mother.
Right? My target right now is this Friday. Yeah. So I'm like, visualizing my calendar. Yes. Yeah. September 11th and 12th. Always the Friday, Saturday after Labor Day.
Very good. Well, I wish you another great community event, and thanks for all that you do to keep Wauwatosa creative.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
My pleasure. She is Beth Gleasing of Discover Wauwatosa. Enjoy the rest of your evening and the rest of your summer.
Thank you.
Maybe see you Friday.
Yes.
And now we go to the WTMJ Breaking News Center. Here is Jessica Gatso.
Thanks, Sandy. The chair of the State Assembly Elections Committee is demanding answers from Milwaukee election officials after an error delayed primary results earlier this month. Republican State Representative Dave Maxx sent a letter to Election Commissioner Executive Director Paulina Gutierrez requesting a written response within 30 days. Some absentee results were not initially exported to 5 flash drives, forcing staff to return to central count and delaying results by about 90 minutes. There's no evidence results were compromised, but Maxx says if Gutierrez cannot prevent similar mistakes in the future, he believes she should resign. A man from Milwaukee wanted to pay off $40,000 in debt, is now charged with robbing a Wauwatosa bank. 33-year-old Ryan Ashford is accused of robbing the PNC near 124th and North Avenue on August 15th. Prosecutors say Ashford demanded $400,000, but left with about $1,100. Police later arrested him at a Milwaukee home where they found a handwritten robbery note and a checklist for a planned bank robbery in Chicago. Local communities are receiving $32 million in federal funding to improve bicycle and pedestrian paths. Milwaukee County Parks will get $1 million to repair 2 Oakleaf Trail bridges near I-43 and Port Washington Road, and the city will receive more than $3 million for protected bike lanes on Burleigh and Holton streets, while Oconomowoc is getting over $1 million to connect multi-use trails. The funding comes through the state DOT's Transportation Alternatives Program, which focuses on non-motorized transportation. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Looking mostly clear on the roads right now. We do still have that incident on 94 eastbound, the right lane closed at the ramp from Highway 175 south. And time for your WTMJ 5-day forecast. Clear skies tonight, a low of 58. Mostly sunny skies tomorrow, a slight chance for showers and storms tomorrow night, a high of 80. Wednesday, partly cloudy skies and warm with a slight chance for thunderstorms, a high of 86. Thursday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 81. Friday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 77. Right now in Madison, it's 70 degrees. In Green Bay, also 70. In Waukesha, it's 68. And in Milwaukee, it's 68 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time at 7:33.
Struggling to provide for your family is a real thing, like having to choose between feeding them a warm meal or paying the utility bill. These are the choices many Milwaukee residents are faced with, which is why they turn to St. Vincent de Paul Society's meal program for help. Our meal program has been a consistent resource for those in need for over 42 years. Nutritious meals, warm showers, and clean clothes, all in a safe, family-friendly environment. Our mission is clear, and that's to help you break the cycle of poverty by connecting you with life-changing community and educational resources. Last year, we provided $2.2 million in goods and services, plus 57,000 warm meals. If you or anyone you know needs a warm evening meal, you can find us at Harambe Kitchen 5 nights a week on the northeast side of Milwaukee in the basement of All People's Church. And at Crossroads Kitchen on the south side of Milwaukee 6 nights a week on 9th and Madison. As always, we're grateful for community members and volunteers who help us help you. To learn more, visit svdpmilw.org.
It's a summer of big wins with WinFest at Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee. Just play with your Potawatomi Rewards card for entries and your chance to win cash and reward play all summer long. Then keep the excitement going because all your monthly drawing entries roll over into the WinFest final drawings on September 25th, where you could win cars, dream vacations, free play, and cash. Don't miss out on WinFest, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
Accident Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Brian Wicker, Chief Homebuyer Helper with Wisconsin's own Accident Mortgage. Nicer homes are still getting multiple offers over asking, and there's only one winner per listing. I want to help you be that winner, which is why I just increased the rock-solid pre-approval guarantee to $10,000. It's all about getting the seller to pick your offer over the others. So AccuNet is now guaranteeing in writing to pay the seller $10,000 American bucks if we can't make good on the terms of your fully verified rock-solid pre-approval. Banks don't do that. We're willing to stand behind our work and stand behind you with a $10,000 guarantee that sellers will definitely notice. Maybe you've been writing offers and losing, which feels terrible, or maybe you're just starting out. Either way, don't settle for a flimsy bank pre-approval and let someone else end up sleeping in your dream home. Give the seller 10,000 reasons to say yes to your offer with AccuNet's new $10,000 rock-solid seller guarantee. Get started with yours today at accunet.com.
Have you been thinking about new windows? If you're having a hard time operating them, feeling air coming through, or feel your energy bills are too high, now is the time to call Abbey Home. We're celebrating 16 years in business, so we're having our anniversary sale. Right now, get a free triple pane upgrade on all windows. A free triple pane upgrade on all windows. And if somebody asks you if you know a guy in the business, you can say no, but I know a girl. Go to abbyhome.com today or give us a call, 414-436-ABBY, 414-436-2229.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org. And joining me in the WTMJ studio is the beautiful voice you're hearing now, Sarah Ferrick from Sincerely in Song. What are we hearing?
Hello, Sandy. That is my song Mustang. That is on my debut album that actually just dropped last week.
What a happy time for you. Congratulations. What's the name of your new album?
It's called The Mining of a Gem.
Ooh.
And lots of metaphorical meanings behind it, obviously, with a title like that.
Yeah.
But we've been working on it for like 5 years, so it's really wonderful to finally let it run free and, you know, share the music that I've been writing.
Congratulations. And
Thank you
did a spectacular Summerfest set.
Oh, thanks so much. I'm glad that you were there.
I am too. I mean, I've been a friend of yours and a supporter of yours for a long time. And well, for several years. I won't exaggerate, not since 1927. But ever since I met you, you're a bright spark and really, truly creative and connective. And so to see you on stage, sound great, look great, really enjoy singing and performing with a great band.
Yeah, that we had like nine people on stage, and it was really, I had so much fun, because I've been on the other side behind the stage for many times, but to actually be on the stage was an honor to share my voice and be in the crowd. So I'm grateful that, the Summerfest folks invited us to come play and that I was able to assemble the band. Chris Crane was our music director for that, and he did a stellar job like he always does. So it was a really great opportunity. I'm hoping they'll have us back and to play the Briggs stage was welcome to Summerfest. So I was grateful.
Does it make you feel like you've arrived when you're up? I mean, truly, you're a Wisconsin gal. You grew up here.
Well, I think to play Summerfest was a big deal because the first time I went was 1997, I think. And I think we saw Silverchair because it was a class anthem song for
Aussies. I remember Silverchair.
Yeah. So it was like, okay, flashing back to having like the Summerfest smiley face pin on my windbreaker. Now I'm dating myself, right?
That's all right.
To being on the stage. It was really special. And, I think that just the opportunity to assemble a band of that size for a stage of that caliber too is always something that's a real treat to program a full size stage. So I was honored to have that opportunity.
And you had debuted some of your songs on your new album there. And it was one of those where like, oh, that sounds great.
Yeah.
So I know that's always sort of like, are we capturing it as best we can live, considering we've recorded so much? So congratulations. And where can we hear your new album?
Well, it's on all streaming platforms, and of course, I still buy music. So if you happen to be like an iTunes store, person, you can still download it, or reach out directly, sincerelyinsong.org or seraphiric.com.
Sincerelyinsong.org, easy to remember and a beautiful phrase. And you are sincere in bringing people together through art and with charitable organizations through your previous music endeavors, but you also do, I would say, music events or even larger than music events. So tell us about the 4th annual Wildflowers on the Water on Sunday.
So it's Sunday from 11 to 4, and we're really excited. This year we're bringing a new addition, which is MKE Yoga Social is bringing goat yoga to the park. So that is the only thing you have to register for if you're coming to the park. Everything else is free, and attendance is free, and the live music, of course. But we're excited about goat yoga. That's something new, and I think, it's catching some attention from folks.
It has caught mine. I did see that there are at least 2 sessions, one at 11 and one at 11:30.
Yes.
So
and if they fill up, we'll add a couple more.
Oh, so, that's good to know.
Yeah, so it can go until 1 o'clock or so. So if the demand makes the goats stay longer, they will stay. We're joking about could the goats help with any cleanup that they need done in the park.
I was wondering. I just strolled through there 2 weeks ago on truly just a city walk, and the prairie grasses and the wildflowers. They really have grown up on that.
Yes, it's so beautiful
park there, right by Discovery World.
Yeah.
It's a great space to be in, looking towards Summerfest grounds. Funny enough.
Yes, Friends of Lakeshore State Park and the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources really do an incredible job at keeping that park beautiful and making sure folks know it's their park. It's the only free urban state park in the state of Wisconsin. So, this festival that we're doing is really meant to bring people in. And of course, we have live music and we have some really great new talent. We have Kavan Cortez Jones. He's going to be back with spoken word, some sound bowl healing, a new singer-songwriter named Zara Cat, who's a teenage talent. We're excited about her. I know her mother, and that's kind of how we got her involved. And then we also have Death is a Business, Marcia Daniil. The ukuleles are coming back. Jack Tell will be fingerstyle guitarist, Malik Johnson on cello, and a brand new talent also named Aiden Muse and Friends. So Aiden is also a prodigy on the banjo. And I learned about him through an interview, and I contacted his mother, and she's like, yeah, we'll come through. So he's coming with 2 others and going to play some banjo and bluegrass music. And we're excited to have a great group of folks uplifting Friends of Lakeshore State Park and just enjoying nature outside.
It sounds like a perfect way to spend a Sunday afternoon. Wildflowers on the Water Sunday at Lakeshore State Park. And what's the best way to get information for this event if people are making their plans?
Yep, sincerelyinsong.org/events.
That's what I thought, but I wasn't sure. I didn't want to step on you and take over there. She is Sarah Fierick. More creativity to come on What's on Tap.
Hi, this is Mike from Infinity Exteriors. Most contractors cut corners and disappear when there's a problem. Not us. Since 1997, we've completed over 60,000 projects, earned thousands of 5-star reviews, and were named 2025 Roofing Magazine Contractor of the Year. We set the standard for exterior remodeling, trusted by homeowners, proven every single day. We're excited to show you why choosing Infinity means peace of mind. Visit infinityexteriors.com to see why your neighbors trust Infinity.
Are you worried about running out of money in retirement? Wondering about how to pay less taxes? Join me, Tony Drake, for the Retirement Ready Show, live every Saturday at noon and Sunday at 7 a.m. on WTMJ 620 or 103.3 FM. We'll talk about smart strategies to help you retire with confidence. Don't miss it.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
We opened our store in July 31st of 93. And a year later, in August of 94, we sold a lot of furniture that month. I'm like, wow, we make money at that level.
Ben and Arvid Hood, brothers and owners of Penny Mustard Furnishings.
Of course, we didn't have any employees yet, and so it was easy for us to make money at that level. And that is where it clicked to me that this is going to work. We can afford to hire an employee, and it's going to work. We can take it to the next level, which at that point was hiring the one guy.
You said it was easy to make things work when it was just us two. Only from a profit and loss standpoint.
Yes.
But from a work standpoint, it was 7 days a week. We were doing deliveries on Sunday mornings sometimes. We were...
we didn't have any expenses.
Yeah. But we didn't have a life either.
No.
We had no life other than work.
See more at pennymustard.com.
But we were okay with that. That's a decision we made. That's the path we went down. We were okay with that.
Visit the city where festivals take over the lakefront, breweries pour late into the night, and every neighborhood brings its own flavor. Milwaukee doesn't just host festivals,
It owns them.
with more than 100 every year, including the world's largest music festival. The lakefront views,
Incredible food and breweries,
live sports,
and nightlife that doesn't quit.
make Milwaukee a city built for unforgettable weekends. Expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org will help you plan every detail of your next visit. Get started today
At visitmilwaukee.org.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, where Sarah Fierick of Sincerely in Song joins me. And Sarah is one of the people making sure we have fun on Sunday at an event called Wildflowers on the Water, the 4th annual festival at the north end of Lakeshore State Park. And it's 11 to 4, a lovely afternoon full of music, goat yoga, and even more. And Sarah, 4th annual, what did you intend with the first festival, and how has it grown since then?
Yeah, so the first festival actually started after I wrote the song that you just heard, kind of leading up into the segment, called Wildflowers. And I had penned this song, and I was looking for a nonprofit to align it with. And at the time, a friend of mine said, well, Friends of Lakeshore State Park is kind of a small and mighty organization doing really great things. They're looking for ways to activate the park. So I met with the board president at the time, who's now become kind of my dream team, David Wenstrup.
Yeah.
So we developed this concept and kept growing it and worked hard together to kind of bootstrap this festival and help them spread the news about their mission. And, they're doing incredible work at Friends of Lakeshore State Park. They're also working on a potential building on site of the park at some point. So they're in capital campaign mode and such. So, yeah, for me, it's like, how do we uplift organizations doing good, and how do we get people to know about the park? Because it kind of is hidden. Like, if you don't know it's there and you don't realize, oh, wait, I can go back.
You can go over that bridge and go there.
Yeah.
You can actually stroll over there. I mean, it's so beautiful with the beach and the wildflowers and the wildlife there,
Yes.
that it looks maybe private.
Yeah.
It looks so nice and
It's like, oh, is that for me? And it really is.
Exactly. And you can go all the way to the south end by the lighthouse, and there's also parking on that side too. So, that you kind of go past the home bridge and then by the BMO
right
stage.
behind,
So
I would say behind that
am
stage.
I supposed to be here?
Yeah.
So, it was really about uplifting their mission in a way that could be mission centric and bring music to the park. So next year will be year 5. And of course, we have big aspirations.
Good, good.
At some point, I'd love to see us be able to have the U-Line stage activated and open up part of the Summerfest grounds and kind of bleed into the park and make it that green, eco-centric style that we're producing. And, obviously larger talent budgets would be great. So, we're continuously building funding to do great things like this. And majority of the funding goes right back into the creative economy, which is what we're all about at Sincerely in Song.
Well, but you talk about aspirations, but this is really a lovely gathering of musicians and artists and a space where I feel like everybody's welcome.
Absolutely. Yeah, we have Honey Petal Farms will be there as well, Tabitha. So she grows her own farm of flowers that are pesticide free, and she has dried flower art, and she'll have 2 different variations of fresh flowers for purchase. Also, a woman named Sid the Muralist is coming in from Madison, and she'll have a little take and make wildflower canvas art that people can sit down and paint in the park.
Oh.
We have a limited number of those, so it'll be while supplies last. And then Holly Harnishfigger will be there, and she's a really talented artist that helped do a wildflower fine art print for the song. And she'll have 3 large canvases that Nicole Schaefer aligned for her to be able to basically have anybody who comes to paint their wildflower on the canvas. So we're doing like a community art project.
Community
with that as
bouquet.
well. Yeah. And, we have the Milwaukee Police Department and Mounted Patrol. So they bring a couple of horses, usually 1 or 2, with the officers so the kids can engage with the horses and, get to know what the Urban Stables is up to. So we really try to build something that's inclusive and, allows folks to come and enjoy a great day in nature.
That's an interesting aspect to include the Mounted Patrol, because I interviewed Sergeant Nicholas with the Mounted Patrol at the end of State Fair. Because I feel like that is a ritual, like when you're leaving State Fair, any age, when you see the horses, people melt and go, oh, can I pet? It's just like that is this ritual of leaving the fair, and wanted to know more about the horses and really to learn what Urban Stables are doing, because when those police horses aren't working, they're doing a variety of equine therapy for people of all kinds. So that's a wonderful addition to Wildflowers on the Water.
Yeah, it really is. And of course, me, being a horse gal growing up and writing a song called Mustang and, watching everything going on in a national scale with the Bureau of Land Management, removing Mustangs from their native lands. I'm really passionate about bringing awareness to the emotional intelligence of a horse. So, that's also important for me in my journey, is to uplift really great causes that are doing good in the community and, bringing the horses in with the Mounted Patrol.
I would say, that
It's
emotional
wonderful.
intelligence, they all have their own personalities.
They do. They do. And, they're lovely. They are just wonderful creatures. And I grew up with a horse myself. So I hope some kids get inspired, and adults, maybe they haven't experienced horses before. So it's always nice to have an opportunity for folks to get close and pet them and say hello and, be in the park and enjoy some good community engagement.
She is Sarah Fierick of Sincerely in Song, one of the organizers of Wildflowers on the Water, happening Sunday in nature, but right here in our city at Lakeshore State Park, right between Discovery World there and the Summerfest grounds. You are definitely invited. It is free and all sorts of good music. We'll find out more about what's in store at Wildflowers on the Water next on What's on Tap.
Get all the help you need on your home with WTMJ's Fall Home Improvement Showcase. Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Looking for that much-needed update before the cold weather arrives? Check out the services provided from our great partners at Appliance Gallery, Comfort Awnings, Ridgetop Exteriors, and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. For more information and to see what our partners can do for you and your home, visit WTMJ.com today. It's the Fall Home Improvement Showcase on WTMJ.
Welcome back to Ask Hasslis. I'm Weston. What's your question?
Is this one of those viral pranks?
Beg your pardon?
I think you promote Hasslis Mattresses employee-free showrooms just to lure me in so you can film a practical joke on me to go viral.
Sir, I assure you, we take employee-free mattress shopping very seriously.
What do? Tie me to a bed and spray me with silly string?
We simply let you try our selection of Beautyrest, Sealy Posturepedic, and more without commission-crazy salespeople breathing down your neck.
Uh-huh, good one.
Others Harper's sell a Beauty Sleep by Beauty Rest Queen Elm Cove A mattress for $1,599, but Hassellus has it for just $794.
Sure you do.
And through Monday, get a free adjustable base with the purchase of a select Sealy Posturepedic or Beauty Rest mattress, plus free next day delivery.
So shopping at Hassellus won't make me TikTok famous?
Absolutely not.
Darn.
Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you or shop online at hassellus.com.
For more than a century, Curative Care has been helping children, adults, and families across southeast Wisconsin navigate developmental disabilities and find the support they need to thrive. Curative helps families every step of the way, from early childhood through adulthood, connecting parents with resources, providing guidance during challenging times, and creating a community where people truly belong. If you know someone who may be looking for answers and support for a loved one with developmental disabilities, visit curative.org today.
Business owners
and right-hand men and women.
When you make the catering call for your office gathering,
make it Marty's Pizza.
For pizza, pasta, subs, wings, appetizers, and more.
Delivered in our heated oven delivery trucks.
Our catering delivery range has expanded.
All the way east into Brookfield.
Just log on to martyspizza.net for easy online ordering.
Or give us a call at 262-646-3327. 262-646-3327.
Marty's Pizza. Do you remember when times were good? Well, they're good again. It's as good today as it was in the past. It doesn't get any better than that. Remember Marty's Pizza.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Welcome back to What's on Tap. I'm Sandy Maxx, and in the studio with me is Sarah Fierick, composer of Light Through the Trees that you're hearing right now on your brand new album. What's the title of your brand new album?
It's called The Mining of a Gem, and that song is really special to me. I grew up in the country, so I grew up with a lot of pine trees that my ancestors planted, and I would oftentimes go for walks and watch the light kind of shine through the pine trees. So Derek Lindsay produced that record. He was one of Prince's audio engineers and has been one of my production partners over the last 5.5 years or so.
Interesting to collaborate with that level of talent and experience.
For sure.
Cool.
Steve Brewster's on that. He's from Nashville. He played the drums. And, Richmond Punch also played violin and cello on that. So, it really took a team to make this album come to fruition. And I'm grateful for everybody who, put their stamp on it of their talent.
Congratulations on your new album.
Thank you.
And I'm excited for your next project coming up on Sunday.
Yes.
Inviting everyone to Wildflowers on the Water at Lakeshore State Park, right on the city skyline there, outside Discovery World and Summerfest grounds on that little kind of lagoon area from 11 till 4 on Sunday. You have live music. You have goat yoga. You have all sorts of artful experiences. It's absolutely free. Definitely refreshments. Can't have a festival without a food truck, right?
Exactly.
At least one. So
Yes, we'll have a great food truck, Cochina Filipina. So we're excited about the food that will be there and the great talent and just being out in the park, being in nature. And I find that when people are there, they're a little more present. And we'll also have some fold-up blankets for the first 60 people that come.
Ooh.
So a free little takeaway. Put yourself
great.
a blanket down and enjoy some music and just soak up the nature of.
And no matter which way you sit on Lakeshore State Park, face that way, you see the expanse of Lake Michigan. Face this way, you see the city that you love, Milwaukee. There's not a bad view. And you're also, speaking of nature, the one thing we haven't mentioned, of all the features and fun that you can have on this afternoon, DNR is going to give guided tours.
Yes, so they'll be doing some activities. And last year they did a medicinal tour and they talked about the wildflowers and they educate you about the things that they do in the park. So again, the DNR and the Friends of Lakeshore State Park and their team really do such a fabulous job of keeping that park beautiful. And like anything, it takes a village to make that happen. Things don't just look beautiful every day. And I think that their team does a great job. So it'll be wonderful to shine a light on their work and have them communicate to the folks that come through.
Well, thanks for all that you do to keep our city creative and vibrant and appreciating our city by getting into nature right there on the lakefront. The 4th annual Wildflowers on the Water Festival, Sunday from 11 till 4. And Sarah, what's the best way to find out more details so people can plan and get in on their goat yoga?
Yeah, sincerelyinsong.org/events. And the goat yoga is the only thing that you have to register and does have a cost. Everything else is free as far as coming in and the music and all that.
It's a great point, but that'll be a very memorable experience.
Yes, and thank you, Sandy. Thanks so much for having me and helping to uplift this event. We look forward to seeing who shows up on Sunday, and we'll have a great day in the park.
It is my pleasure and hope to see you there.
Thank you, Sandy.
And stay with us. Next, true stories you can see on the big screen with the Dialogues Documentary Festival, a preview with Milwaukee Film next on What's on Tap.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. In 1845, the first clerk of Washington County built a quaint one-room cabin in the Kettle Moraine Forest. In 1933, Ray Wolf, an avid outdoorsman, restored the cabin, built a basement bar, and opened it to fellow equestrians. It became headquarters for many a fox hunt, and the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club was born. And now, when you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every night, every night. Choice steaks, seafood, ribs, the roast duck. How about the surf and turf? Vegetarian options, any entree, all buy one, get one free. Desserts and ice cream drinks, my favorite part of the meal. Also, buy one, get one free. Wind down with an old-fashioned. Choose from 20 bourbons, more than 120 wines in the rustic bar, and there are 8 unique dining rooms. Experience a spectacular summer drive through the Kettle Moraine to the Fox and Hounds, recently honored as the second most popular supper club in the state by restaurant critic Troy Munson. Near the Holy Hill Shrine, it's the famous Fox and Hounds.
The new All-Pro battery by Steel. Tackle any task with 60% more peak power. Exclusively available at your local Steel dealer. 60% peak power comparison between AP300PC and AP300S.
This message reaches 1 million people or more every week. Spreading the gospel is more than one voice speaking to 1 million. It is and must continue to be 1 million voices, each speaking to one, pointing them to our friend Jesus.
The Lutheran Hour with Dr. Michael Ziegler.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Enjoy life at Capri Communities, where senior living's our expertise. Caring staff that help you when you need. Enjoy life at Capri, making friends and memories. Living life to the fullest, you will love your new home. Enjoy life at Capri Communities.
Sports parents know the countless hours and dollars spent on practice, games, equipment, training, travel. So when an injury happens, why don't we invest in recovery too? Vince Vitrano for MD Hyperbaric. Hyperbaric oxygen therapy supports the body's natural healing process, whether it's recovering from injury or a concussion, because it's not just about getting your athlete back on the field, it's about helping them recover for school, work, and life long after the season ends. Learn more at mdhyperbaric.com.
Get started with your no-hassle refi checkup by clicking on the blue button at Accunet.com.
Breaking news as it happens. Stay up to date with your trusted and relevant source in news, sports, traffic, and weather. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620, WTMJ Milwaukee.
At 8 o'clock, it's 66 degrees, mainly clear skies tonight, a low of 58. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, I'm Jessica Gatso. A man is charged in the deaths of 2 people inside a recording studio on Milwaukee's north side. Kelvin Harris faces 2 counts of first-degree reckless homicide after Quentin Williams and DeQuayshawn Evans were found shot to death last week. A criminal complaint says Harris called 911 and admitted to firing the shots. He told investigators that Evans had taken his gun during an argument, prompting him to grab another gun and open fire. Harris is set to appear in court for the first time tomorrow. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth touts American military infrastructure while visiting Oshkosh Corporation's headquarters in east central Wisconsin. Hegseth also briefly addressed conditions aboard the USS Lincoln, which is returning to the U.S. after setting a military record for uninterrupted time at sea while stirring concerns about supply shortages and deteriorating mental health among soldiers.
It's been a tough deployment. They haven't had as much port visits as anyone would like. It's been longer than most, but they've done incredible things in the harshest of environments against an enemy, a determined enemy, that will change the course of history for American security.
Hegseth previously called reports of poor conditions aboard the Lincoln, quote, completely misrepresented. Environmental activists are pushing back against another proposed rate increase by We Energies, which could raise residential bills by about 14%.
Wisconsin conservation voters and other local groups gathered outside the We Energies office in downtown Milwaukee, calling on regulators to reject proposed increases for 2027 and 28.
Our electric bills don't need to be this high.
We Energy spokesperson Brendan Conway says the additional revenue would help pay for nearly $480 million in infrastructure investments, including renewable energy projects and reliability improvements.
This is part of a really robust process. This public aspect is really an important part of it, so we're glad to see more discussion around it.
The Public Service Commission is reviewing the request and is expected to make a decision this fall. In downtown Milwaukee, Neil Doyle, WTMJ News.
Changes might be coming to your students' school lunch. The Trump administration is rolling out a new plan called Harvest to Hallways. It's an effort to get more locally grown, nutrient-dense food on lunch trays and give schools money to upgrade kitchens to make healthier meals. Public Health Dr. Tyler Evans says the goal may be easier to announce than implement.
They're cutting all of the sort of opportunities to focus on healthcare and public health, and so and education. So from an implementation standpoint, it's not really practical.
The Trump administration is encouraging school districts to make changes now. A new program is helping Milwaukee Public Schools teachers stock their classrooms without spending their own money.
The NPS Foundation hosted the first ever Teachers Pick Supply Drive and gave hundreds of boxes to teachers filled with new classroom supplies for the school year.
We thought that this would be a very good way to start the school year and prevent perhaps them having to come out of pocket like they traditionally have to do.
Myra Edwards, executive director of the Milwaukee Public Schools Foundation, tells WTMJ.
First year teachers, we want to give them the kind of support that they probably wouldn't have otherwise gotten. And then you have the veteran teachers that pretty much structured their classrooms the way that they want, but they can always use something extra.
Nizer Spencer, WTMJ News.
Sports traffic and weather are next. Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:04.
Don't miss out on the Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. Our entire showroom of heirloom quality furniture is on sale. Enjoy factory discounts on exceptional brands like Norwalk, Bradington Young, Hooker, and our Amish dining and bedroom collections. Create a sofa, chair, sectional, or recliner as unique as you are with our thousands of customizable upholstery options. For unbeatable savings on better quality furniture, shop the Labor Day sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown. Do you love the simplicity and enduring quality of Scandinavian design? Then the Fjords Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture is for you. Fjords brings the best of modern Norwegian furniture design to your home. Save today on these ergonomic recliner sofas and sleeper sofas engineered with comfort and durability in mind. Available in a variety of shapes, sizes, leathers, and finishes to match any decor. Stop in today and save during our Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown Milwaukee.
WTMJ's Greg Matzik here. Bob Sorens is the reason Sorens Ford became home of the nice guys.
I used to cut Bob's hair. One time I was running very late. In the middle of his haircut, Bob says to me, "If you gotta leave now, it's okay. You can cut the other side when you get back from vacation."
109 years later, you can still feel that nice guy attitude from the Sorens family and the entire team at Sorens Ford in Brookfield. An exceptional buying and service experience. Sorens Ford on Capitol Drive. SOERENS.com.
Many people feeling close to retirement ask themselves, do I have enough?
Am I missing something?
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, we provide clarity during our complimentary, no-pressure consultation. We're independent advisors using big firm tools with a boutique-style approach.
And no crickets. We stay in touch so you're never left wondering.
At Diversified Wealth Strategies, let us show you how to capture the upside, limit the downside, and feel good inside.
Visit DWStrategies.com.
Securities and investment services offered through Mosaic Wealth Inc. member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and/or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Time for a WTMJ sports update from the Gerber Law Offices. One call, that's all sports desk. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur doesn't want to see any fighting when the Arizona Cardinals come to town for joint practices this week.
If there's an issue, I'm going to tell the guys, hey, you come tag me in. They can tag in my brother, and we'll throw down on the 50.
LaFleur's brother Mike is in his first year as the head coach of the Cardinals.
It's going to be pretty special, but at the end of the day, we're just looking to try to get good work, both sides. Prioritize the Green Bay Packers, but if there is another team in the National Football League that I'll be rooting for, it will be the Arizona Cardinals.
The teams wrap up the preseason Friday night at Lambeau. And the Brewers enjoy a day off after taking 2 of 3 against the first-place Braves. The Brewers begin a 3-game series against the Mets tomorrow. Taking a look at the roads with your WTMJ Time Saver traffic. Mostly clear on the roads at this point. Still just looking at those semis still blocking the right lane on 94 eastbound. That's at the ramp from Highway 175 south. And taking a look at your WTMJ forecast, mostly clear skies tonight, a low of 58. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, a slight chance for showers and storms tomorrow night, a high of 80 degrees. Wednesday, partly cloudy and warm with a slight chance for thunderstorms, a high of 86. Thursday, mostly sunny skies, a high of 81. Friday, partly cloudy skies, a high of 77. Right now in Madison, it's 68 degrees. In Green Bay, it's 67. In Waukesha, it's 66. And in Milwaukee, it's 66 degrees. I'm Jessica Gatso, Outdoor Living Unlimited, WTMJ News Time, 8:08.
Your need-to-know cultural snapshot of Wisconsin and beyond. This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee, a deep dive into all things intriguing, riveting, and entertaining. Now, here's your host, Sandy Maxx.
Welcome back to What's on Tap. This is the bonus hour on this supersized episode, and because you are here, you're going to be one of the first to find out what you can see on the big screen at the Dialogues Documentary Festival put on by Milwaukee Film. And this is, gosh, how many years now?
It's the
third annual.
Of Dialogues.
Artistic director of Milwaukee Film, Kara Ogburn, joins me with this preview because I know you are intimately involved in seeing what that schedule breaks out into, and you're part of the team that decides what makes the cut, or is it just you?
It's a full team of us.
Yeah.
I call myself our lead documentary programmer. I program many of the documentaries for the Milwaukee Film Festival, and then I've seen nearly every film in Dialogues this year. But great team, Abby, Jack, Kirsten, Ty, helping me out, making sure that we're showing Milwaukee the best docs that we possibly can.
How many total films?
So we have 38 films. That's in 35 film programs. There's 2 pre-feature shorts, and then there's 4 mid-length films, 2 of which are on their own because they'll be extended by a panel discussion or conversation afterward. 2 of them are paired in a little shorts program, and then we've got 32 feature-length documentaries. Really running the gamut of all the things that documentary film can do, right? All the emotions, all the inspiration, joy, sometimes tough issues. I know you all listening here care deeply about like what's happening in our world today, the news. This kind of goes further, deeper than those headlines possibly can, more than Jessica can read to you.
Well, but truly putting you in somebody else's shoes. For Sama is a documentary that, how long ago was that? Probably 10 years ago.
A little while ago, yeah.
But, I mean, it's one of those documentaries that stayed with me.
Yep.
Because Sama is a woman who was in Syria. And was she a doctor, or her husband was a doctor? But like there was a lot of it in hospitals, and we even saw a baby given birth, which I thought maybe that may be too much. It wasn't. It was good, right. but it was just. And then they were walking because they were displaced because the hospital that they worked in got. Like it really stuck with me, and that's something that you can't see on television news, not easily, and not in such a profound and human way to see that perspective.
Yeah. And then, when you do hear news about a place in the world where you've never visited, you remember these people that you got to know for an hour and that you felt like human connection with, through, common things like family, like, relationships, emotions, happiness, these kinds of joys that are unifying around the globe or across time and place. I think it gives you a better perspective on our world, even if you can't, travel all the way around the world. You can go there from the comfort of your cinema seat.
Yeah, and you don't have to agree with everything that the person you're seeing on screen, but if you're open and go, okay, that either reinforced the opinion I had already, or you're open and go, oh, I hadn't thought of it from that perspective before. I didn't have that same experience.
And I think, everyone today is saying, this is so polarizing times and everyone's just sort of sound bites on the internet, and you quickly judge people for what you believe about them based on what you think that they believe. But, underneath all of that, there's some real human connection possibilities. These are just people at the end of the day. They're children. They're possibly parents. They've got siblings, they've got friends, they've got family, just like you do. And so trying to find those common connections is where we can kind of build bridges and create better understanding, I believe. And I believe that film does that.
She is Kara Ogburn, the artistic director of Milwaukee Film. And next, we're going to find out the titles that you can talk about so far in the annual Dialogues Documentary Festival, a series of nearly 40 movies, and the ability to talk about them with the people who created them and with the people you'll see them with at the Oriental The Downer. Stay with us for this preview of the Dialogues Documentary Festival at Milwaukee Film, September 24th
through 27th.
I was going to say, because I felt like we should talk about it today because it's exactly 1 month away. September 24th through the 27th. Stay with us for more on What's on Tap.
The new fractured boulders we now have in stock are really nice. They're squarer and more rectangular in shape, and they're great for building dry-laid retaining walls. They're much easier to deal with, lock together nicely, and you get less gaps. No wet mortar needed. And we've stocked a multitude of colors. You can use them as an accent item to add character to your dry river or creek beds, too. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. Our organic mulch is comprised of all trees. Most mulch is made from ground-up pallets, and you don't know what might have been spilled on those pallets. Could be chemicals or who knows what. But not our mulch, we're recycling trees. Many species of hardwoods. Cedar, hemlock, light brown, dark brown, mocha, black, red, gold, and caramel. 7 colors to choose from means a mulch to match any exterior. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
When you run a team, you want great uniforms, and you know selling spiritwear is vital. That's why Burkhart Sporting Goods will create a free custom website for you to sell your families and players the coolest spiritwear from Nike and Under Armour, as well as the basics, while helping you fundraise at the same time. We take the hassle out of coordinating your team's apparel and make shopping and buying easy. So when you need awesome spiritwear and uniforms for your organization, you can't beat Burkhart.
You can't beat Burkhart. Stay informed with what's happening in the Badger State and beyond with Greg Matzik and Jessica Ty on Wisconsin's Midday News.
The campaign shows just how strange the politics around data centers has become.
Not a shock that this is a hot button debate. I did not see it going this way in the world of advertising.
Join us each weekday from noon until 3 p.m. or catch up anytime on our YouTube page or the Wisconsin's Midday News podcast. What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx is back on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee. Handcrafted, homegrown, world-class. Discover more at visitmilwaukee.org and get yourself ready to experience true stories on the big screen with the return of the Dialogues Documentary Festival at Milwaukee Film, September 24th through the 27th. And the artistic director of Milwaukee Film, Kara Ogburn, is my guest. And Kara, you have seen every single they pass your muster, you and the team, but it's got to be really intense to choose the documentaries that make the cut, that fit the idea of documentaries that are meant to start conversations and maybe challenge us a bit.
Yeah. And I think, challenge in a good way, right? Give you the opportunity to keep thinking about these films, to want to know more afterward. One of the things that we do, you mentioned it earlier, is give a little space after these films, whether it's for filmmakers to kind of dig in through a Q&A or for local experts, perhaps on a subject about that a documentary is about, to kind of weigh in on what's happening locally. Maybe the film is set elsewhere, but a lot of these themes, a lot of these topics resonate locally. That's one of the things we look for, is really local relevance and
That's
resonance.
the relevance of it, yes. Yeah.
So whether that's, a film about veterans issues, or whether that's a film about, I'm trying not to give away too many secrets of films we haven't given up.
Let's stick to the list of the ones that you have officially
There's plenty
released.
coming, and next week, you only have to wait like a week to get that full lineup.
To get the full lineup, but
maybe I'll secretly tease, and then people will be like, that's an Easter egg. She was hinting at that.
For you film buffs there. I love it. So let's start with the first film selections announced. Heavy is the Crown, a local documentary.
It's a local documentary, the latest from Sean Kafer and the team over at DocuWM. Tells the story about Vaughn Mays and Vaughn Mays's charismatic and sometimes challenging for others activism in our city. Vaughn will be there. That film, I'm really excited. It's going to be preceded by a short film called Dear Milwaukee that was made by students out of Arts at Large down in Walker's Point.
Yeah.
And it's their documentary, writing to Milwaukee, calling for what the youth really want in terms of like programs and community activism. It really pairs nicely with a lot of what Vaughn is calling upon communities to create for themselves and calling upon the city to allow communities to make for themselves. And so I'm so excited for those young filmmakers to talk to Sean and Vaughn and the team behind Heavy is the Crown. And maybe, I imagine that sparks will fly and good things will come out of the screening. And for the community to be able to see what Milwaukee is saying to Milwaukee.
And it's a bridge for people who may not be circulating in those circles and maybe know young people that are living in the city. And I think a lot of us want to do well, and we think we know best, but aren't always living that life and hearing what they're saying.
Yeah.
That's been the plight of teenagers and adults for years. So I love that Dialogues Documentary Festival allows people to enter that world and also meet the people that are part of this.
Exactly.
In a I would say a safe space.
It's true in a shared space, right? You're sharing an experience together.
I like
which
shared.
Often
That's
is
much better.
Which it might be safe. It's as safe as we can possibly make it. But really, having a shared experience with other people gives you some sort of commonality from which to start.
Right.
And that's like really one of the concepts.
So next on your released list so far, the preview, Once Upon a Time in Harlem.
Yeah. So this is a film that premiered at this past Sundance Film Festival. It's only recently become available for us to present. This is William Graves, who's a legendary documentary filmmaker's kind of last project. It's something he started before he passed away, and his son and the rest of his family and some contemporary editors have picked up these archival pieces, and it takes you inside a party at Duke Ellington's house at the end of the Harlem Renaissance. And it's really like these key Black excellence figures from arts and culture in, the 1960s New York, 1970s New York.
1972 gathering.
There we go.
No, I'm here for you. Yeah.
You got the year right there. I don't have the year off the top of my head. So really at the end of the Harlem Renaissance, kind of reflecting, but also getting you just get to be in that room. It's an awfully cool room to be in. And the filmmaking is really innovative in terms of how it presents that archival work, which is in keeping with Graves' style. It's an opportunity to see a really outstanding film that has been kind of unearthed from the archives.
Yeah, and see those creatives together. I love that. Again, stepping into that world and also time traveling to step into that world. That is Once Upon a Time in Harlem. Then Sarah Bareilles, good grief.
Yes, this is a film about the making of Sarah Bareilles' most recent album, which is going to be being released, and she's on tour during Dialogues. Now, you may think I'm teasing that she's going to be able to be. She was not able to come to Milwaukee, but the film's director is going to be here with the film to talk about the process of getting inside the studio with her and her band. This album takes a different process to the making of the album than typical. And in the film, you also learn a lot about her personal stories that are feeding this album, as well as those of the musicians that she's working with. So it's intimate.
I've been interested in Sarah Bareilles as a creator before Waitress, yay, but her first hit was Love Song. And that was a song. I think this story has been told many times in many ways for many different artists.
Yeah.
But it happened to her. Hey, great album, but there's no love song on it. And there, I think it flowed right from her. I'm not going to write you a love song. And that's the song that becomes the hit.
And I think whether you're a big Sarah Bareilles fan or if you just love music and love getting that kind of behind the music, don't want to
being in the kitchen,
really
how
getting in
do
the
you make
kitchen,
that musical
really
cake?
getting into like what is that emotional process of kind of building that album, building the story of the album. It's an exceptional film.
Well, and then you caught my eye with the title of the last film that you have previewed.
It's just a jump to the left.
It is called Time Warp.
Indeed. And Time Warp takes us to Little Rock Springs, Wyoming, where a local theater director is going to present a presentation of a shadowcast version of the Rocky Horror Picture Show in a very, very, very small town in Wyoming that prides itself on certain kinds of values. We here in Milwaukee are lucky enough to have this happen every single month at the Oriental Theater with our friends from Sensual Daydreams. And Sensual Daydreams will be joining after the film to talk about the power of Rocky Horror on their lives. I think this film is about the power of this film, of performance on cult films and cult classic films and artistic celebrations of queer joy around the world through the lens of this very, very specific production. And I'm really looking forward to what Sensual Daydreams' Shadowcast that performs every single month with us has to say about what's happening, behind the scenes for them. What's happening? Why do they perform this? What does it mean for them? What does this film have that's made it such a legend for 51 years this year?
Yeah. It's created magic. It's created camaraderie that we talked about before. And we talk about documentaries that I have enjoyed at the Oriental Theater, one of them being Linus O'Brien's documentary all about Richard O'Brien, his dad, creating this true work of art that continues to bring people together of all ages.
Yeah. And if you saw Strange Journey, this feels like it really picks up where that left off. Many of the themes carried in the interviews of that film kind of you see taken 8 more steps forward.
Interesting.
In Rock Springs, Wyoming, which is a very, very small place.
It may not necessarily have a big stock of fishnets at the Walgreens to get for that.
I mean, you'll be surprised at who puts them on. You'll be surprised at some of the conversations that this production opens up for the community. You get to go to some riveting city council meetings. It helps make change, right? That film and this production are helping kind of make change, helping to build those bridges. Again, I keep talking about that. I think that's a common theme of a lot of films we're seeing this year. People are looking to kind of stop being so divided from one another and trying to find ways to connect, whether that's through art or common shared experiences.
Unfold your arms and get a bucket of popcorn, sit next to somebody and see some true stories. It is the Dialogues Documentary Festival. You can plan September 24th through 27th. Kara, you've just given us a sampler platter.
Okay.
When does the full smorgasbord get released?
The full lineup is going to come out online next week. And then with tickets going on, so individual tickets go on sale for members on the 8th of September, for everyone else on the 9th. But right now, you can go and you can get yourself a pass. Let me tell you, these passes are like you're losing money if you don't get a pass. For not yet Milwaukee Film members, they're only $75 for 4 days full of films. That's basically the price of 3 films when you get down to it.
Yeah.
For members, you get $10 off. So go to mkefilm.org/DDF, and get your pass now. Why wait? If you wait too long, that price is going to go up. And you won't want to miss those 4 days of films.
Yeah. So, okay, great. Well, looking forward to that. And then one more thing about the Dialogues Documentary Festival. You have a whole friends and family reveal
That's true.
party.
If I have not convinced you, and if the lineup does not convince you, on the 8th of September, friends and family, but I messed it up. At Olive Garden, that's who says when you're here, you're family. When you're at Milwaukee Film, you're our friends, you're our family. Come to our friends and family preview night. That's on the 8th of September. Doors are at 6:30. Program starts at 7. We're going to show you some trailers. We're going to tell you more about some more of the films. And we'll have, we believe, program books available for you to put in your hands if you need that tactile experience.
Thank you for bringing this festival back to us. And you also, especially when you talk about film lovers, 70 millimeter is something we've heard a lot about, especially with the release of The Odyssey. And when we come back, I want to find out the series of films that Milwaukee Film has decided, all right, we're going to get 70 millimeter of these classics. We're going to talk about that next on What's on Tap.
Labor Day and the American labor movement were built on 3 fundamental principles: fair wages, reasonable hours, and big savings on beauty rest at Hassellus Mattress. Or something like that. Now through Labor Day, Hassellus will give you a free adjustable base with the purchase of any Beauty Rest mattress, including Beauty Rest World Class and the ultra luxury Beauty Rest Black. If your current mattress has been laboring under you for the past decade, it deserves a much needed retirement. Visit a Hassellus employee-free showroom and test your favorite mattress without commission-crazed salespeople hovering over you. Employee-free means way low prices. Others sell the Queen Beauty Rest Premium World Class Thatcher KA mattress for $2,450, but Hassellus has it for just $1,788, plus a free adjustable base, plus an additional $200 off, plus free next day delivery, plus a $100 rewards cash card. Now through Labor Day at Hassellus Mattress. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hassellus.com.
Someone had a birthday.
Yep, 50. Can't believe it.
50 years of wisdom.
Great segue. We have a health reminder from the CDC.
Pneumococcal vaccination is recommended for adults 50 or older. Says here, we're over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia than adults under 50.
I don't love those odds.
Same. Look what I found. Pfizer's Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect adults against pneumococcal pneumonia and invasive pneumococcal disease in just 1 dose, and millions have already gotten it.
Continued approval may depend on a supportive study. Don't get Prevnar 20 if you have a severe allergy to its ingredients. A weakened immune system may lower your response. Common side effects include injection site pain and swelling, fatigue, headache, muscle, and joint pain. For full prescribing information, please call 1-855-213-2138. Visit Prevnar20.com or talk to your doctor or pharmacist.
I'm on Prevnar20.com now, scheduling my appointment.
Good idea. And happy 50th.
Get organized and save big money with Dakota Closets now at Menards. Dakota Closet systems can be installed in any room, from home offices and laundry rooms to walk-in or reach-in closets. Use the You Create Closet Planner to design a Dakota Closet system that maximizes your space and matches your style. Available in-store and online. Plus, check out our weekly flyer on Menards.com for more great deals happening this week.
Save big money at Menards.
Visit the city where festivals take over the lakefront. Breweries pour late into the night, and every neighborhood brings its own flavor. Milwaukee doesn't just host festivals.
It owns them.
With more than 100 every year, including the world's largest music festival. The Lakefront Views.
Incredible food and breweries.
Live sports.
And nightlife that doesn't quit.
Make Milwaukee a city built for unforgettable weekends. Expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org will help you plan every detail of your next visit. Get started today
at visitmilwaukee.org.
Welcome back to What's on Tap on WTMJ.
That is the sound of 2001 A Space Odyssey, using that incredible classical music to start that film. In the studio with me is Artistic Director of Milwaukee Film, Kara Ogburn. And Kara, we're talking about 70 millimeter films with The Odyssey this summer, making a point to not only be filmed in IMAX, but that 70 millimeter became a big part of the entertainment conversation. Explain what 70 millimeter is and why it should be experienced.
So 70 millimeter is a large format of celluloid film, and Milwaukee Film is proud that the Oriental Theater is one of maybe is the only theater in the city that is regularly screening things on 35 and 70 millimeter film, both of those celluloid formats. You know, whenever we have the opportunity to open a new film on one of those, we jump at that chance, as we did with The Odyssey. Coming up in December, we have a special insider screening before the full run of Dune Part 3 in 70 millimeter. Tickets are on sale for that now. December 15th is the date for that preview, but we will have it on screen for several weeks still to come. I hear we're one of 12 theaters in the country screening that film on 70 millimeter, not IMAX 70 millimeter. That requires a big screen. things that we don't quite have. But that celluloid film format, our projection team is very well trained. They're able to present these films. And so we figured, hey, why not do a whole series of films, of classic films that were, originally filmed in the variety of 70 millimeter camera formats that there were throughout the years.
So when you say 70 millimeter film, like I truly am picturing like big, thick film frame by frame, and they come in the big metal round.
Yeah, well, they come in these, and we have to build these reels. The team is currently looking at all of the films from 2001, which we, of course, kick off with, down to Lawrence of Arabia, which ends our series. The series kicks off this Friday with 2001, A Space Odyssey. And we have basically a week where that main theater is going to only be 70 millimeter every day of the week for a week.
And that is truly a projector.
Yep, with a real person lifting very heavy reels up there every time you see that mark in the corner. We've all been taught to look for the mark, and then you can swing your head around and you can watch for Ginny or Spencer or Kevin or Kelsey in the booth. Switching those reels over, we have a changeover projector, which means that the projector itself actually changes from one machine to the other when that reel changes. It requires rhythm,
some coordination,
and strength to be a projectionist. I am not qualified. I can't lift those things, and I probably would screw something up.
So that's the back end of it. When you're sitting in the seat, can you really tell? Is it a crispness? Is it a warmness? What is it?
I think it's a depth of the image. I think you can tell celluloid. Sometimes you physically can tell that it is old, right? These are archival prints that we're showing for this week. So sometimes you'll see something that's like, ooh, that has a small scratch, or ooh, that has some small imperfection. Celluloid film, unlike digital, really carries with it every experience it's had running through a projector. So you're seeing sort of that years of this film being shown to other audiences through some of those imperfections. But I think you also see a depth in the image, a different kind of color story that is told through the celluloid. If you haven't seen a film on 70, you really should get the chance. And I'm going to say, we haven't made a plan, but we expect to do this series for years to come, because I wanted Vertigo, and the print of Vertigo's in Europe this month.
Oh, but that, again, you have it back. But so the lineup starts on the 28th, 2001, A Space Odyssey, the movie The Master, West Side Story on 70 millimeter. Wow. And modern musical, Sinners, on August 31st. And like you said, wrapping up September 2nd and September 3rd with Lawrence of Arabia, which I don't think I've ever seen it, but I do feel like that is a film with the expanse of the desert and the magnificence of Lawrence of Arabia.
Yep.
Splurge and go see that on 70 millimeter at the Oriental.
Big screen, big experience. I believe we have confirmed that there is an intermission built into the print, so you have a built-in bathroom break in the middle of the desert.
mkefilm.org is the place to go to make your plans for the 70 millimeter film series and or the Dialogues Documentary Festival coming up next month. Kara Ogburn, Artistic Director of Milwaukee Film, thank you for joining me this evening.
Oh, thank you.
And thanks for all that you do to keep Milwaukee Film vibrant here and bringing people together at the cinema.
It is our pleasure. We'll see you at the movies.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night.
And stay with us next for more What's on Tap.
Don't miss out on the Labor Day sale at Ken Michaels Furniture. Our entire showroom of heirloom quality furniture is on sale. Enjoy factory discounts on exceptional brands like Norwalk, Bradington Young, Hooker, and our Amish dining and bedroom collections. Create a sofa, chair, sectional, or recliner as unique as you are with our thousands of customizable upholstery options. For unbeatable savings on better quality furniture, shop the Labor Day sale now at Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, and downtown. There's no doubt that a better night's sleep makes for better days, and a good quality mattress helps make it happen. When you buy your new Milwaukee mattress from Ken Michaels Furniture, you are assured of a mattress made individually for you, out of the finest materials right from our own Milwaukee factory. We make every style, size, and firmness of mattress imaginable, and with our factory direct prices, you will save hundreds of dollars. Milwaukee mattress from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee, where better days come from a great night's sleep.
Looking for books, movies, digital tools, exciting programs, and more? Milwaukee County Public Libraries have it all, totally free. One library card opens the doors to all 27 public libraries in the county. Kids can dive into story times and STEAM kits full of fun and discovery, while adults can join book clubs, sharpen career skills, or take online classes in everything from tech to language learning. Head to findmylibrary.org to begin exploring libraries and open up a world of unlimited access to learning and fun.
Recently, a seller that unfortunately ended up choosing another agent called me. She said she made a mistake, and what she was expressing to me sounded like she kind of was bullied into signing with him. Is it typical? Not always, but it will never happen when you hire a Century 21 Benefit Realty agent. I want our agents to be able to look in the mirror and say, I'd want to work with me. Not because they're good at saying what you want to hear or offer the lowest commission, but because of trust. Because if you're not feeling that from your agent, that's a problem. And I don't want that. At 1.9% on the listing side of your sale with our commission capped at $19,000, Century 21 Benefit Realty leads with a very fair and transparent commission structure with maximum marketing that can get your home sold fast and for the best price. And saving money matters, but working with someone who will tell you exactly what you need to know up front, that creates trust. And that matters too. This is Angela Calais with Century 21 Benefit Realty, benefit-realty.com, where you pay less for full service. Each office is independently owned and operated.
Has your doctor told you it's time to lose weight? Milwaukee Weight Loss helps people lose 20 to 40 pounds naturally in about 60 days without injections or extreme workouts. Get $200 off through August 31st. Schedule your free consultation at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary.
The family-owned Mineshaft restaurant in Hartford is hiring line cooks, dishwashers, and third-shift cleaners. You'll make real money in a fun, busy atmosphere. Parents and grandparents, tell your kids. Inquire today and start next week. Visit MineShaftRestaurant.com.
You're listening to What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx on WTMJ.
Thanks for hanging out with me on this Monday, and you are hearing music by Maxx, son of Gary Sinise. And you might have heard over a couple of episodes here of What's on Tap, I got the opportunity to talk to actor and humanitarian, author, and he's a multi-hyphenate for sure. He's even a musician, Gary Sinise. And he is coming to Milwaukee on Friday and Saturday to share the music of his son, Maxx Sinise. It's called Graceful Warrior. It is the world premiere of these concerts that Gary Sinise will be on stage sharing stories about his son Mac and how these songs came about, how they were composed, how they were produced, and they will be performed at Skylight Music Theater on Friday and Saturday with a 25-piece orchestra. A lot of local musicians and singers are part of these Graceful Warrior concerts. So it really is going to be a special set of shows here to what Gary hopes will be a national tour of these Graceful Warrior concerts, but chose Milwaukee Skylight Theater to be the premiere. And Gary's son, Mac, was a gifted drummer. He was a composer and a songwriter. And unfortunately, as we hear so many stories in so many families, Maxx Sinise got a very rare form of cancer on his spine called chordoma and went through surgeries and treatments for over 5 years. And he even kind of didn't have the strength to write music until 2023. And Maxx Sinise told his dad, Gary, hey, you know what? There's a piece I wrote in college that I want to finish. And I share with you some of the really meaningful conversation I was able to have with Gary Sinise about his son and about these Graceful Warrior concerts. Here's Gary Sinise with that story.
He was having so much pain just sitting down. He was carrying around a big cushion to just sit down on it. And we had been told that he maybe had injured himself, injured his tailbone or something, but...
Which you could imagine being a drummer, because, I feel like a drummer is conditioned at such a physical performance.
Yeah, he had, on one of his road trips overseas, they went on a bike ride and he slammed on the brakes and it was excruciating pain. He jammed his tailbone into the seat. And it turns out that, my wife had had several spine surgeries, and I just asked her spine surgeon to take a look at Mac to see, what's going on. And he put him in the scanner and he found a orange size tumor wrapped around his sacrum on his tailbone. And it turned out to be this very rare cancer called chordoma. And Maxx started fighting that cancer in August of 2017. In September that year, he had that tumor removed. And May the following year, 2019, we found out the cancer came back, and he started into a very, very serious fight. And he just kept fighting and fighting. And he wasn't doing music because of the radiation and the chemo and the surgeries, and it disabled him very badly, to the point where he was, in a hospital bed in a wheelchair. He couldn't walk anymore. And the way he was dealing with it was so amazing. And he hadn't been thinking about music at all. And then in 2023, he said, "Dad, I've been thinking about this piece of music that I wrote in college, and I think I want to try to finish it." And that was just music to my ears, because he hadn't been thinking about that at all. And he went back to work on it, ended up teaming up with a buddy of his from college, Oliver Schnee, and by July 17th, 2023, they were in the studio recording this beautiful piece called Arctic Circles, and that can be seen at Maxx YouTube. You can go on his YouTube channel and you can see the recording session. That started him on a quest to record an entire album that year.
Oh, Gary, I don't want to interrupt, but Gary, that had to have absolutely thrilled you to be a parent and to feel so powerless and frustrated by this health journey. And you just shared how excited you were when at 9 years old, he was playing the drums and moved on. And then how excited you were to see how much he just jumped in with both feet with what you could call the family business with the Gary Sinise Foundation, and just branching out and embracing that. So to see that, a glimmer of that creativity and light and passion to come back, just had to have absolutely thrilled you.
It was incredible. If you go to Maxx YouTube and you look at, there are several videos on there, but look at the video called Arctic Circles, and you can see the look on my face hearing this music for the first time. He hadn't played any of it. He'd been working on it, getting it ready to go into the studio. And you can see, I just had tears rolling down my face. My daughter is there. We both were crying. My mom was there. Unfortunately, my wife couldn't be there that day, but it's incredible to see. And the feeling I get when I watch that video, I just transport back to the day that we recorded that and what that moment did for him, leading to the creation of an entire album of music that he called Resurrection and Revival.
And that is Gary Sinise. Just a portion of the conversation where he shares his heartfelt account of his son, Max's musical journey after a terrible battle with cancer. You can experience Gary Sinise personally sharing Max's music here at Milwaukee Skylight Music Theater Friday and Saturday, the world premiere of Graceful Warrior concerts, and it's going to be two very meaningful shows. And if you'd like to hear even more, if you text the word Gary, you can hear that full conversation. Text Gary to the Siding Unlimited WTMJ talk and text line. Text GARY to 855-616-1620. And you can hear even more stories from Gary Sinise about himself and also about his son, Max. So Gary, 855-616-1620. And I'd say make plans to experience the world premiere of Graceful Warrior, these concerts Friday and Saturday at Skylight Music Theater. And if now you've got Lieutenant Dan in your head and Gary Sinise, now that you've heard his name and heard his voice, you can own some Lieutenant Dan memorabilia. There is a huge Hollywood auction and something you can bid on from Forrest Gump and some of your other favorite movies. That's next on What's on Tap.
He told us to load 4 yards into his 8-foot bed. But we knew that 3 full, honestly measured yards were going to fill his truck bed to the rim. After we proved that, he told us the other guys have been telling him he's been getting 4 yards in there for years. Honest measurements and honest folks who just want to do you right. So you come back. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection. We did the math. When you buy bagged mulch from the big guys, you pay $50 a yard. Why pay more for inferior mulch? When you buy from Erickson's, you'll get premium mulch for almost half the cost. And you'll see that even our economy mulch is better, for less than half the cost of bag mulch. And either choice is made with premium colorant that lasts longer. Erickson's Landscape Supply. High-quality mulch and stone for a whole lot less. Commercial or residential, visit ericksonslandscapesupply.com to see our entire selection.
Do you have an upcoming wedding, a bridal or baby shower, maybe a family reunion? WTMJ's John Mercure here. I highly recommend having your party at the historic Fox and Hound Supper Club. Half your dinners are free. When you buy one dinner, your second dinner is free every single night, even for special events. Choice steaks, seafood, pasta. How about the surf and turf? Any entree, buy one, get one free. Desserts, my favorite part, is buy one, get one free. Celebrate a birthday, an anniversary, a retirement, or just a quiet free dinner with your sweetie. Have your company employee appreciation dinner at the Fox and Hounds. Half your dinners are free, and it's a gorgeous setting right in the heart of the Kettle Moraine near Holy Hill. Spectacular views. Gift cards are also the perfect year-round gifts, as your second dinner is always free. Order online and your gift cards will arrive shortly. I've done this many times. Reserve your wedding shower, rehearsal, or family dinner today. Half your dinners are free every night at the Fox and Hounds. Google, call, and reserve.
I'm not one to say I told you so, but I switched to Pure Talk over a year ago, and ever since, I've been telling people there's no better wireless company out there. Well, a few months ago, a massive survey was conducted. 123,000 people were asked to rate their wireless carrier in 4 categories: coverage, support, data, and overall value. Well, the results are in. Guess which wireless company was the only wireless company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. 5 stars, every category. To celebrate, Pure Talk is offering the first 3 months of any plan for just $15 a month, including their top-tier unlimited plan. No contract, no commitment, just a very inexpensive way to test drive the only American wireless company with 5 stars in every category. Just dial pound 250, say micro, and Pure Talk's U.S. customer service will take it from there. Again, pound 250, micro. And yes, I told you so.
This is What's on Tap with Sandy Maxx.
Lieutenant Dan. Hello, Forrest. You got new legs. New legs.
Yeah, I got new legs. Custom made. Titanium alloy. It's what they use on the space shuttle.
We've been talking about Gary Sinise the past few weeks here because Gary Sinise, the actor who played Lieutenant Dan, is going to be in Milwaukee Friday and Saturday with a very special concert of music by his son, Mac, called Graceful Warrior. That's Friday and Saturday. And with Lieutenant Dan in conversation, I don't know if you heard about this Prop Store Auction Summer 2026 Entertainment Memorabilia Live Auction, August 26th through the 29th, and there are some very interesting things. So I thought, let me see if there's anything from Gary Sinise. Well, sure enough, if you love Lieutenant Dan, there are some storyboard sketches from Forrest Gump that they're from the storyboards of when they're in Vietnam and meeting Lieutenant Dan Taylor for the very first time. And for a couple $1,000, you can have this artwork as part of your own. For several thousand more dollars in this Entertainment Memorabilia Live auction, John Travolta's white suit from Saturday Night Fever, the one that he's actually in the disco competition. Think about that. That's one of the most memorable costumes in movie history. And what's even more intimate about it is it has a handwritten inscription from actor John Travolta to Gene Siskel, the former movie critic. So there is could go as high as $200,000 or more if you're a Saturday Night Fever fan. And if you're a horror fan, you could own one of the most iconic props like this.
Here's Johnny.
Jack Nicholson in The Shining when he's chopping that door. His stunt axe is up for auction. Could get $50,000. I don't know that I would spend that much on it, but it is pretty cool. If you're a big superhero fan, Tony Stark's Iron Man armor from Captain America Civil War is up for grabs. Also up for bid, Edward Scissorhands scissor hands, which I don't know if they're sharpened. I don't know if they're rubber, but that would be an interesting thing to certainly have, and you'd be the hit of every Halloween party. But the auction, you could fall down a wormhole going on this. It's propstoreauction.com if you are curious to see if one of your favorite actors or one of your favorite movies has something up for bid. The auction does span like 80 years of entertainment history, including one of the other things it's supposed to get nearly $1 million is the stop motion Mighty Joe Young gorilla from the 1949 movie. And also, if you're a Deadpool and Wolverine fan, there are items up for auction there as well. So have some fun at propstoreauction.com and daydream if you would like to. And we have one more anniversary to celebrate, to tell you about in the art world here in Milwaukee, the silver anniversary of one of our signature skyline landmarks. That's next on What's on Tap.
Bark and Scratch Outpost. We know you love your pets. They love you too, so don't forget. Your pets are happy when you take good care of them. Meow. Your pets are happy when you take good care of them. Come on down, you will see. We do it naturally. MilwaukeePetFood.com. Bark and Scratch Outpost.
Our friendly staff is available 7 days a week to show you a variety of high-quality, local, and national brand pet foods. Be sure to visit our freezer area for a large selection of diets and bones. Bark and Scratch Outpost, 5835 West Blue Mound Road. Leashed pets are always welcome. At Bark and Scratch Outpost, we think outside the bag.
Come on down, you will see. We do it naturally. MilwaukeePetFood.com. Bark and Scratch Outpost.
Hey, John Mercure here for Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living. Their mission is to transform the culture of care. They specialize in caring for those with early to late-stage Alzheimer's or other related dementia symptoms, and they offer early memory loss classes to help you. They specialize in this area. It's kindness at the core, locations throughout southeast Wisconsin. It's compassion, it's empathy. It's Wisconsin-based and family-owned, always welcoming people to come tour and welcome their new residents. I've seen their places. They're top-notch. It's Azura Memory Care and Assisted Living.
988 Wisconsin Lifeline. How can I help you?
Share hope, find purpose when you become a 988 Lifeline counselor. The 988 Wisconsin Lifeline provides free and confidential support to anyone in crisis. 988 has experienced tremendous growth, and more statewide counselors are needed. Staffed by Family Services, 988 counselors work remotely, are offered competitive compensation, benefits, and training. Apply today at 988lifelinecounselor.org. Family Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Paid for by grants from SAMHSA and the Wisconsin Department of Health Services.
Staying active, essential for overall health. Proper medical support, essential for staying active. WTMJ's Vince Vitrano for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Whether it's keeping a weekend warrior like me on the tennis court or keeping young athletes in the game, you want the best in sports medicine, that's OAW. Surgeons, nurses, and physical therapists help you recover from injury, avoid injury in the future, and enhance performance. Get care 7 days a week. Walk right in at an Ortho ASAP clinic or book an appointment online at orthowisconsin.com.
Get the help you need. Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix-It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guests, old-fashioned roofing and trees on the move. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio. Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Welcome back to What's on Tap. I'm Sandy Maxx, and before I say farewell for now, I want to share with you yet another anniversary to celebrate in our art world. It's the 25th anniversary of the Quadracci Pavilion. That is the extension on the Milwaukee Art Museum that Santiago Calatrava designed, complete with the Brise du Soleil wings, and 25 years. I feel like it's always been, it's that combination of like, wow, has it been that long? Yet it's been part of our city skyline and a beautiful, impressive part of our city skyline. Opening August 27th on the Thursday, the Art Museum has a new exhibition called Built to Inspire, the Quadracci Pavilion at 25. And the exhibition will be there in the pavilion. And it is going to include all sorts of art, including maybe art from you. But there have been a few Milwaukee artists invited to share their interpretations, including James Stino, who you'd probably recognize his playful, colorful artwork, and also Gabriela Riveros, who actually was the artist for the Milwaukee film programs a few years ago. So playful and colorful, and there will be an architectural model, so that way you can see how it was designed in that smaller form, and audio guides, some original films, and like I said, not only did they invite illustrators, but you're invited to share your memories and photos of the iconic landmark of the Calatrava extension there, the Quadracci Pavilion and the Burke Brise de Soleil wings. And if you want to get in on it, you can share a photo or artwork or one of your memories. Just tag at Milwaukee Art on your favorite platform and be part of the celebration. And those wings, if you didn't realize what the schedule is, they flap at noon. They open when the museum opens, and they flap at noon, and then they close, shut right back down at 10 o'clock. But between sundown and 10, you can see the wings are all lit up. So thanks again for hanging out with me here on What's on Tap. I really appreciate you spending time with me. And if you ever miss out on an episode or part of an episode, all you got to do, catch up on the podcast at WTMJ.com or wherever you get your podcasts. Thank you so much for hanging out with me on What's on Tap, sponsored by Visit Milwaukee.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee. From the Annex Wealth Management Studios, this is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station.
You've worked hard to build your retirement savings. The question is, how much will you actually get to keep? Many retirees are surprised to learn how taxes can affect Social Security benefits, retirement account withdrawals, and even Medicare costs. Without proper planning, those expenses can reduce the income you rely on in retirement. That's why so many Wisconsin families choose Drake & Associates. They help retirees build tax-aware retirement strategies designed to help keep more of their savings working for them. To help listeners learn more, Drake & Associates is offering a free retirement toolkit. It includes the book, Get Retirement Ready, plus 5 bonus guides on retirement income and tax-smart planning. Call 414-897-9522 or text TAX to 414-897-9522 to request your free retirement toolkit.
Drake & Associates LLC is an independent investment advisory firm that offers a variety of different investment vehicles. This commercial is provided for informational purposes only and should not be construed as individual investment advice. Drake & Associates LLC does not provide legal or tax advice. Past performance is not indicative of future performance.
For 176 years, St. Vincent de Paul Society of Milwaukee has been neighbors helping neighbors, working to eliminate poverty and hunger with compassion and dignity. When families face hard times, our volunteers step in. Over 600 trained volunteers ready to meet people where they're at, in their homes. And that's what our Neighbors Helping Neighbors home visit program is all about. Volunteers travel in pairs, listening first, then offering personalized support. They provide families and individuals with things like furniture, beds, food, clothing, and connect them to vital community resources, help that provides stability during challenging times. These home visits don't just address an immediate need, they help create a safer, more stable future for our families and individuals in our community. Last year alone, St. Vincent de Paul Society volunteers completed nearly 11,000 home visits across Milwaukee County, serving those who need us most. Together, we are neighbors helping neighbors. To learn more about our mission or get involved, visit svdpmilw.org.
If you're in charge of uniforms and equipment, you want to get the most value for your team's budget. You want the most for your money, and you want the process to be easy. Because you already have enough on your plate. We get it. Burghardt Sporting Goods Team Outfitting Division is the best you'll find. With an abnormally high customer satisfaction rate and our own silk screening and embroidery facility for quality control. So if you want the highest quality team outfitting and incredible service,
you can't beat Burghardt.
Visit the city where festivals take over the lakefront, breweries pour late into the night, and every neighborhood brings its own flavor. Milwaukee doesn't just host festivals,
It owns them.
with more than 100 every year, including the world's largest music festival. The lakefront views,
Incredible food and breweries,
live sports,
and nightlife that doesn't quit.
make Milwaukee a city built for unforgettable weekends. Expert guides at visitmilwaukee.org will help you plan every detail of your next visit. Get started today
At visitmilwaukee.org. Trusted, relevant, locally owned.